to look at this morning. Um, I think we should table the issue about the LDA for later because it's something that we need to go deep into. This issue about the Drugs Enforcement Agency being, a serious concern for us, every Liberian. It be a serious concern here for us. So we'll table that because I want to take an exclusive 1 hour discussing that. So we'll table that for later on. But the last time there was this news about a protest. It was on a weekend, right? It was over the weekend. This protest at the office of the United Party, that's at HQ up on Broad Street, where in some disenchanted youth went to host a press conference, and they got attacked by other UPists that are already benefiting from this government. So their quest was to call on the hierarchies of the United Party to see reason in and making the party secretary general Amos Tue and the party chair to resign their position because they can be occupying two positions in the country. Like in the CDC, when the CDC came to power, Mr. Moba Molu did not go into government with the party. So he left with with other people. He left with the party to make sure that everything goes well. So the party chairman of the Union Party is not in government. He's working at Freeport of Morovia, that's the National Port Authority. And the Secretary General, he's the one managing the LPRC. So the entire party have been left out. There have been that growing concern from some partisans in calling for their removal from their first position. So it became a serious issue over the weekend. We could have brought that to you this morning. Let me say over yesterday, but we weren't here, so we needed to chip in on that.
Yeah, Boka, I too have been following the situation there at the Unity Party headquarters. That incident occurred on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Like you rightly placed it, there will always be two sides of the coins. You will have one group of people for because of what they are benefiting, and others are against, not necessarily that they are not benefiting at the reason. It's the reason or part of the reasons why they are disenchanted. But for them, they see the party, they see a bigger picture other than being government. They see the Unity Party as one that should have or that should bear greater responsibility. We cannot have a change in our country when things of yesterday that we criticized are too beautiful in our eyes of today that we can criticize them. Things of yesterday that we spoke against has become so sweet to our ears that we don't speak against them these days. This is how I see from one political party to another. Since the end of the Civil War, we transitioned as a country to present. Two parties have dominated. I mean, this is the same style. This is the same energy they bring to space. This is the same energy that they bring to the national conversation. And someone is left wondering as to how is it every time we speak of change, every time we agitation has been that we need total change, we need transformation, our governance structure, that political parties should come with greater responsibility. And when the parties assumed leadership, the conversation becomes different. That the Unity Party now, when at times I just sit back and I'm asking myself as to what are those that in the popular space have had a time to go back, maybe to we live in a digital world now. All of the things you said of yesterday, they are still visible today. You can just reference them at the tip of your finger. Sometimes I see Amos Tue, sometimes I see Tap and others. I'm just thinking if they could, have a U-turn, maybe they want to sit, in the comfort of their home and just go back and watch some of the previous videos to understand the things that they spoke against yesterday. That today Amos Tue is comfortable managing both a political party and that of serving in tough governmental position.
Yeah.
This is the same Amos Tuer that was said on the radio and used different public space and criticized Jefferson Koji because Koji was playing the double standard, like you said. I mean, taking over the party and at the same time as a mayor. When we witnessed that affected the operation of Koji, because at the time Koji felt that the party was a top priority than managing the city government. For Amos Tuer now, Amos is considering that LPRC is of top priority than that of the Unity Party. So today, you find out partisans are dissatisfied because their dissatisfaction is that Amos 12, the fact that he is the Secretary General of the party and also serving in government, that he has given serious attention to the governmental job because it is with the government agenda he wants to deliver and not the party's agenda. It is the government's manifesto that Amos wants to uphold and not the manifesto of the Unity Party. It is the agenda of President Brekfast that Amos is working to deliver and not upholding the party or not keeping the party in the limelight or I'm saying in the spotlight. So because of this happening, those Unity Party's partisans are dissatisfied because they believe that the absence of Amos from the party, the laissez-faire attitude of Amos towards the party is affecting them, I'm saying, to a greater extent. So they went out there, and someone is saying, but why they say that the one at the party headquarters? There was nowhere better that they would have channeled or they would have sent out a message other than the party headquarters. There is nowhere preferable because you cannot be a Unity Party partisan and go and brush you to go have a press conference. You cannot be a Unity Party partisan and go stay away to go have conference.
Or CDC headquarters.
Or CDC headquarters to have press conference. It doesn't make sense. What is of more interesting is that if we use the space, the same space are open to all just a few months ago in October, in November, that we went at our party headquarters at any time we want to go. We sit there, we discuss, we have our press conferences at the party headquarters. The party headquarters now cannot be the area we will be prevented from. It cannot be the area that will be prevented. So that's why they choose the party headquarters. Again, what would have been preferable is that you allow them. You allow those partisans to channel to send out their grievances. Was it a protest? It wasn't a protest. It was a press conference that they went out there to call, even if it would have been a protest. As well as the Constitution provides that every Liberian has the right to peacefully assemble and petition their leader. That's how we have the Constitution or the bylaws of the Unity Party provide partisans that if that issue or dissatisfaction, they have the right to call on their leaders as well. So if those Unity Party partisans will go out there on Broad Street, I believe the party should be under the obligation to give them protection. Because it is leaders that will listen to the people. What the people will say, what the people will tell them is what they go about. Now, the justification from some folks is that, those partisans have been, brainwashed, someone working on a hand, on a cover, so as to pressure Amos to resign.
Yeah.
But let's look at it from the broader picture. If it was the code of conduct of yesterday that Amos Tuer, that Luther Tappe, and the Unity Party used as a reliance as to why when they said George Weah has zero knowledge on government, it was with the code of conduct, it was with the Constitution, it was with the laws of Liberia that they used as a reliance. When yesterday Amos Tuer and others said that George Weah were proceeding wrongly, it was because it was of the code of conduct and of the Constitution that they used as a reliance to criticize yesterday of George Weah. So we believe that individuals of such, when you take over government, you understand, because you cannot be occupying governmental position, especially at that level, and also melting or managing the affairs of a political institution.
Yeah,
you want to talk about conflict of interest as well. You want to play the double standards game. So, like what you will do, like the case of Brekfast started, when Natana Magate and Mr. needed to go in government, he resigned his
position.
When Mobile Boru at the time felt that it was his CDC at his heart. So he left with the party. That it was important that I stay with the party other than settling
for government job.
So that's how I'm saying Moluchu out, settle for the party.
Mm.
Is that decision too heavy for Amos Ward to make? We say no. Is that decision too difficult for
Luther Tappe?
Luther Tappe to make? We say no. But those individuals understand how is it as well that they're benefiting from the party?
Mhm.
How is it as well that they're benefiting from the government? So when they want to blend the both, then they are very careful that to make decision at this time is not for them. But if you love that of your unity party that you always talk of, if you have your unity party at that since 2005, this is a party that you have managed. For 2005, this is a party that you have still with.
Yeah.
This is a party that you have sacrificed for. Now, it is time that you have to look between the lines. If you think that you are an asset to President Broka's agenda for this country, then you settle for President Broka's agenda. You give the space. Again, you have right. You still have yes with you as per the convention of the Unity Party that brought you guys to leadership. That's it. But if we look at on the bigger picture, that's on the national scene, we have the code of conduct as well. So if we have in the code of conduct that some of you that guard you, individuals, those of you, in public space, then I think as well you will not be doing justice to the Liberian people.
Yeah, but we have to look at it from this angle also because they are occupying positions. They both position now they are occupying. Being a secretary general, they are not living up to the task of being a secretary general because the party is totally becoming dead. Just within few months after winning position, winning the elections in our country, the Unity Party is literally dead. I'm saying this for a fact because I know what's going on in the Unity Party. It's becoming a divided political party. The last time we saw a few of our partisans expressing their dissatisfaction in their leaders. Because of what? Because they have been neglected. The party has been neglected by them. The party headquarters, you go there, you hardly find a bag of water. The party headquarters, you go there, you hardly see the leader that used to go there to them, the partisans, and go encourage them. You hardly see some of these things happening. And then somebody want to sit and lecture us on somebody being heading the LPRC and at the same time being a secretary general of a party. That's a conflict of interest. If you preach against some of these things on yesterday, it's good that you stand up to the reality today and relinquish your position. That's what we are saying. We are not being paid by anybody. We are not calling for anything. But if you know that you are serving a position and that position is not allowing you to do your job as a secretary general of a party, or that position is not allowing you to do your job as the chairman of a political party, relinquish your position. There are other men or women that are capable to serve that political party, to see the further march of that party. But if you're still holding fast to your positions, and the party can move from one stage to another, because since you guys won elections, the party is totally becoming dead. And if the party becomes dead under a watch, under a leadership, under a government that they are serving, it becomes a serious problem. So that's our core.
It becomes a serious problem, Bokai. This is one thing that the CDC over the years managed. This is one thing the 6th year of George, where there were potential reasons.
Yeah,
there were guaranteed reasons that the CDC would have crashed altogether at the time George Weah was in power.
Yeah,
but because you had other individuals that had to sacrifice, how can you imagine choosing between being a chairman of a political institution and serving in government? And someone is choosing the party. The other man is resigning from the party to serve in government. That decision, you will hit the CDC. But that was a decision that those individuals, Molu and that of Nathaniel McGill, took in the interest to safeguard their party. So one person is giving up the chairmanship, the next man is giving up government job. So that they both could have worked together in the interest of the party. So at that level, you understand the Unity Party. Like we said, the Unity Party is dying. Now, the Unity Party is dying. Maybe you'll say there is still room for restoration. But even as we have the discussion on the room for restoration, one thing we we cannot leave on this conversation, Buckeye,
mm.
is the issue about the creeping disunity and division within the unity party. It is creeping at this moment because there will come a time that some individuals will no longer take this thing, that Amos will be pressured to make a decision, that Lotape will be pressured to make a decision. Buckeye, the reason this thing is very simple. There's no way in the world that you occupy two positions, essential position at the same time, and you think that productivity will be as effective as the way you are, as the way you think, especially when you are the angle of a political party. A political party runs differently from the way we run the country. A political party is a specific set of people you got to deal with. There are seditions. So seditions, though ANC supporters, what you will do as a chairman for the Unity Party does not reflect. It has no benefit on them. If you're in government, what you do, whether someone is a Unity Party partisan or a sedition or an ANC supporter, it reflects on them.
Yeah.
So the two ways is separate. So how well one minute you serve in the interest of everyone, the next minute you come down, you want to deal with specific people. It is impossible. It is impossible. Now, this is where productivity will be lacking. And in recent times, since the Unity Party took over till now, productivity within the Unity Party as a political institution has decreased drastically. Today, you go at the headquarters of the Unity Party, you regret. You see those Liberians that used to wake up, even during a campaign, right? Those Liberians that used to get up in the morning, go at the party headquarters. The party was not offering them a damn. But because you have the leader at the time of catering to those partisans, you have the leader at the time, the leaders at the time was providing the environment. So someone is waking up, someone is going at the party headquarters, someone is melting into the rescue center, and the person is saying, having a day-to-day conversation. It's being briefed. It's been having, these different meetings, the different cells. But Buckeye, the last time I checked, since the Unity Party took up all the cells, all the exoterists, they are literally dead. Because you have the party leaders. Those that should be super scenes, those that should be ensuring these things are managed. And the ones now that are busy about government jobs, which of course is good. Let's have it. Because if you have the president that is believing and confident in those individuals to deliver, understanding that they have the potential. Again, there are men and women within the Unity Party as it stands that who have taken over some of those jobs.
Yeah.
Because you were elected to a convention, a convention, that at the convention, those of you were elected, you become legitimate. Now, to guarantee that, it is with your resignation. So when you resign your post, then you give rise to other people to take over and manage the affairs of the party. Or you're telling the president, Mr. President, even though I can help you deliver on your agenda, but I believe the interest of the country, the interest of our party, there's a reason that some of us come and take over the party so as to, some of us give serious attention to the party to uphold and continue our darling Unity Party. At that level as well, it becomes a decision that the president will embrace. Part of the reasons why the president is not talking at this moment, because he's considering that the two of you will make a decision that will be in the interest of the party. The two of you will make a determination. That determination will reflect the decision of the party. So at that level, the president is still tabling on the matter because he's giving you a platform that the both of you will make a decision. But don't think that the silence of the president to call on the both of you to make a determination means that everything will be just the way it is. We said no. Those Liberians, those supporters of the Unity Party are calling on you individuals. I know you will say, oh, they are noise makers. I know you will say, oh, they will just all this thing for 1 day, 2 days and be done. Like from what I'm told now, Chairman Tape now is calling those guys, on a sidewalk so they could have a sidewalk conversation. Or some will say a gentleman agreement and say, oh, my beginning, I know, just we got to settle, we got to sit down and talk anything. This thing is not about talking. It's about what you spoke again yesterday. It's about what you spoke against yesterday. It's about what you said yesterday was wrong. When you use the code of conduct of yesterday as a reliance, when you use the constitution of yesterday, yesterday as a reliance, it is time now that the same thing you spoke against, this is it now. You see how it became difficult yesterday when the likes of Koji and other were not separate?
Yeah.
You said it was not leaders. You said they were against. For Koji, you saw how Koji presence in government is serving as the Secretary General of the CDC affected the work of the government because he needed to get a lot. Because at the time he never wanted conflict or disunity to ensue in the CDC. So to do it, he had to give a lot to the CDC to a point that he was literally even sleeping at the headquarters of the CDC to get just to ensure that the partisans remain intact and the different cells, the auxiliaries of the party, and the movement of the party was in place. So because of that, a lot was given to the CDC and the Unity Party. And that of the government job, the Monrovia City Corporation was given less attention. Today it is with Amos Twain. So Amos Twain has to give one thing out.
Yeah.
It's either you go for your Unity Party,
or
a party like you
go
have
for your
managed,
job.
a party like you have been with over the years, or you settle with the job because you maybe you have the blueprint of President Brockers and Mr. Quest for the petroleum sector.
Yeah.
You have a blueprint for it, so you can deliver on that blueprint. It is now that you give way because you want your party to still be alive.
Okay, so before we transition to the issue about Reverend Nimley, just to inform you this morning, there was a situation pertaining to one of our staff, our senior staff here, Mr. Eddie Garnett. His motorbike, that's the TVS Roxy. Sorry, I'm trying to get the message. 125cc motorbike lesson plate Mac Punch Press was stolen from his house in Badlandsville Estate Area A at about 4:00 a.m. this morning. We just want to let you know a TVS Rock Z A 25cc motorbike lesson plate Punch Press. That's the lesson plate they have on the Punch Press. Was stolen this morning from his house around the area A in Badlandsville Estate at about 4:00 a.m. this morning. So if you see any motorbike of such, I don't know if they will still be having a lesson plate on it. If you see any motorbike of such, please let us know here at Punch FM. So yesterday, Harris, the Liberia National Police came out with a statement. It says, moreover, June 3rd, 2024. The Liberia National Police has arrested and is investigating the former religious advisor to former President George Manawia, Reverend Emmanuel Nimley, for his alleged involvement into theft, deception, receiving money on a false pretense, visa fraud, and suspected human trafficking. Reverend Emmanuel Nimley was arrested on Sunday, June 2nd, 2024, at the Family Fellowship Church in the Baptist Seminary Community, Mosrado County, where he served as pastor based upon a complaint filed by some of the victims headed by Momo Fortune Jr. Police initial investigation revealed that in early August 2023, suspect Nimley received an amount of 970 United States dollars. Yeah, that's 970 United States dollars each from 90 persons. You understand that? From 90 persons. Wow. Total of 87,300 United States dollars. 87,300 United States dollars under the pretense of taking them to Australia to attend a church conference. Let me go back over that so like Brempo can hear this particular part. It says Reverend Emmanuel Nimley was arrested on Sunday, June 2nd, 2024 at the Foke Club Family Fellowship Church in Baptist Seminary Community, Mosrado County, where he served as pastor to the former president church, Foke Club Church. I played the man serving as pastor. So that's the place he was arrested. Based on a complaint filed by some of the victims headed by H. Momo Fortune Jr. Police initial investigation revealed that in early August 2023, suspect Nimley received the amount of 970 United States dollar, each from 90 persons, total of 87,300 United States dollar. 87,300 United States dollar under the pretense of taking them to Australia to attend a church conference. Meanwhile, Reverend Nimley is currently in police custody, undergoing investigation to be forwarded to court very soon. There's a sign by that Cecilia Clark, spokesperson of the Liberian National Police. There was a press statement coming up yesterday from the Liberian National Police. So that news is making headlines in our country. So before we do that, we would like to take some of the voices of the people.
16,587,000 Liberian dollars.
We come in there. Let's play the voices.
16 million.
Yeah, let's play the voices of people that got victimized from his dubious act. So you see, this is the former religious advisor to former President George Manenwia, Reverend Emmanuel Nimley, duping people. When I tell you say duping, somebody that take something for you on a pretense that, oh, I will do the thing for you, and they not do it. So let's play their voices this morning. So they were speaking to our sister station Spoon network. They were speaking to Spoon TV, so we just have to acknowledge that. So we are taking a clip for them from them. Let's take the talk.
Here to ask Mr. Nimley to refund our money. Our money was given to him individually. I had to do with traveling to Australia, fake program to get visas from Australia, and we paid a lot of money. And up to now, we are nowhere to be in Australia. So he left the country and back. So we were able to contact the police and the restaurant. Yes, we are here to get our money back.
So when you say money for visa processing to Australia, how did you get to know about this? What actually motivated you to, give into this?
I was motivated by a title in who as an advisor to the president, former president, and also the revenue he carried. Okay. That gave me motivation. And other way, one of my friends told me about the program, which I will move because we all want to go out there and hustle. So I will move to get in the program. After spending a lot of money, we got to know that everything was fake.
How much exactly did you pay?
I paid roughly $1,500. Which is doing notarization, doing other things. But for the visa, he asked each and every one of us to pay $750 for Australian visa.
$750 for the Australian visa?
Yes.
And then processing fees went up to 1,500 United States dollars.
Yeah, everything.
When exactly did you start paying this money?
We started, the whole program started August 2023. We started the whole program from meeting to meeting in the Foglicon Church. He had an office there. A lot of offices there, but he had an office there. From the other room to the other room, we did going there until all our little payment was taken from us by Reverend Nimley.
Wow. So from August up to now, you're yet to get your money. What's your call out there just before we talk to another person?
We want to appeal to the general public that they will be able to talk in the case, whoever hold position or lawyers and things, because we in a struggling country, we are looking for aid. So we want to go up there to seek job and things that work and be able to help our family. So that's why we involve ourselves into such thing. We want to appeal to authorities so we can be able to get involved and our money be paid back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Mr. Clady, Meekness Clady, where these people represent the visa payment. What we pay to the spiritual advisor to the former president of Liberia, that he said he had a program in which was a scheme. It was not a program, but rather a scheme. So this is the receipt. I paid 1,500 United States dollars for the entire process, including documentary, all the documents involved for the traveling. Everything mounted up to 1,500 United States dollars. Yeah. Well, looking at the
Okay. A reverend.
Yeah. And at the time the former president was into power, Ambassador, we are spiritual advisor to the president, and we know the type of reputation and respect former president, and he has mention. So all those things stood as evident that at least this program is authentic. So they us to get involved into this program. The number was individual that paid 750 according to him, $750 for the visa payment.
Okay.
100 plus individual that paid, and the registration $120, and then another $100 were paid, and then there was something he brought they call traveling insurance. Was really compulsory that we all get the traveling insurance. Was that endeavor.
So
We are here to ask Mr. Nimlen to refund our money. Our money was given to him individually that had to do with trust.
Okay, so voices of people that got duped by Reverend Nimley. Reverend Nimley. But he keeps saying that they are lying on him. He keeps saying that they are lying on him. So the investigation is being conducted by the Liberia National Police. He slept in cell on yesterday. And the former president of the Republic of Liberia, in person of Josh Manewia, did send Len Eugene Nangwe there yesterday at the Liberia National Police to find out what really went wrong. So Eugene Nangwe went there yesterday. Yeah, he was in attendance. He went at the Liberia National Police, but upstay, Reverend Nimle slept in cell at the Liberia National Police headquarters. So Harris, so that Reverend year doing it type of thing to ordinary people now. So what becomes of the real crocus now in the country? Because if a Reverend that preach at the 4 o'clock church, I don't know why the former president or one way or the other part of this scheme or what, or he was just using the title to get money from the people, because it is 7,000 United States dollar, and what we are saying $950. That was just the visa. You say the payment towards the entire process is not 970. It's not 950, because you pay $100 for the form, then you pay $200 some more dollar for insurance. You pay $200 some more dollar for insurance. All of these things are added. It went up until to 1,500 United States dollar for each person. So here is it we are, Harris.
I'm careful to deal with this issue, Wakai, because we of the faith, what we do believe is that if a proclaimed man of God, as with the Reverend Nimle, will go to the extent allegedly to commit such an act, Wakai, I mean, the greatest that one will ever think of, I mean, by duping people, by allegedly stealing from people, then it is worrisome. But again, like I said, I'm careful because you see, we don't want to bring George Weah into this. I want to believe that George Weah, as a person, will never do such. Will never do such, because my reliance is that we have followed the records of George Weah. We have followed George Weah. We know who he is and things he's been involved with and what he stands for. A person like George Weah will not, I mean, settle to see Liberians of that nature will be duped why he has idea about it and allow it to be. But what we can take away from the conversation is that George Weah, this is what we said. A lot of people survived in this country on the influence of George Weah.
Yeah.
A lot of them misuse their authority in this country on the influence of George Weah because they feel that even by mentioning the name George Weah in this country, people were very convinced.
Yeah.
So George Weah now, you see why Weah left power, he had no regret as a person. You see why when George Weah conceded to the results, even before the results were being announced, even before the final results were being announced, George Weah conceded. Why is because Weah as a person realized that a lot of people in this country succeeded. I mean, well, rightfully or wrongfully, but they succeeded because they used his influence. They used their proximity with him. They used his name. And that's how they succeeded in this country. So when we are at the climax of his 6 years, realize that a lot of people give anything in this country. A lot of people mismanage. A lot of people misbehave in this country because of my name, because they took my name to places, because they used my name into things, because they referenced me when they were doing their deeds. So because of that, people got convinced. I think it is time that step aside and allow the people to handle it their way. I think it is time that people step aside and allow these people face their own weight and face their own wrath. So at that time, now you're having George Weah, George Weah is having consideration and say, oh, let me step aside. But if at this moment, George Weah is sending Len Eugene Namwe to go and inquire at the headquarters of the police as to what is happening, it is good. Everyone having a person like Reverend Neiman pastoring your church, just by that matter, right?
Yeah.
Reverend Neiman pastoring your church. And if your pastor into such a situation, you will not jump into conclusion to say, oh, how the pastor looking you, because you understand this is a person you have worked with, this is a person you have been with over the years. And at no point in time, such a person presented a behavior or such like that to you. So that's why you will see George Weah sending Eugene to say, Eugene, go and meet with Nimble one-on-one. Two of you have conversation. You talk this thing. Let's understand. Let's have an understanding as to Nimble be fair. Sort of us, we are booty, right? I mean, pastor in the church, serving as the religious advisor to me.
Yeah.
I mean, so Nimble, let's sit and have the conversation. Tell me what really happened. Went wrong. What really happened? And when the conversation is being provided now, when Eugene, I believe yesterday when Eugene left the headquarters, he went and make report to George Weah.
Yeah.
It is on that report and George Weah as a person will be acting. That either or what is it that Nimble is being alleged with, Nimble is being dragged into,
yeah.
It's now what is it? Then George Weah as a person can intervene in the situation. But again, I believe the intervention of George Weah will not be at the detriment of those Liberians that already been victimized.
Yeah.
So I want to believe that George Weah will consider all of those situations. Even if it is 7,000 is something that George Weah can pay.
It is 7,000?
It is 7,000. It is 7,000. I'm saying it is 7,000 US. I mean, it's not $500,000.
$500,000.
You can't tell me George Weah. I mean, no. I'm saying it is $16 million Liberian dollar.
$16 million Liberian.
$16 million Liberian dollar. But it is 7,000. If Eugene Namwe can ride 100,000 car around, it is 7,000. It's not money for the guys that they can bring forth. But what we're saying is that the repetition, the character, I mean, his alignment with George Weah, all of these things, it is worrisome. And I believe that that's the reason why, even if this story is true and George Weah wants to pay, it is a reason why George Weah will not pay the money. Because imagine serving as the religious advisor
to the former
president. Having presented pastoring his church as well.
Every Sunday.
My man,
You see
to that flock of clone church, the men have ATM machine.
Yeah.
The men have mobile money services and offer offering. Wow. Revenue, I'm telling you.
So what really was the problem? Is it that he wanted to because this is an eye opener to other people. You can't trust anybody, even the imam that you standing behind praying, even the pastor that is standing, in front today, he preaching to you. All of them, you can't just trust them, because if this is happening, a religious advisor to the former president of the Republic of Liberia can be duping ordinary citizens of their hard-earned money. can be duping ordinary citizens of their hard earned sweat. And today we said here, we will not allow this to go slack. Let the men pay the Liberian people their money. For President Joshua, even though we know that that man served you and he preached to your church, he was your religious advisor, but let the man take the full responsibility. Let him take the full responsibility. Some of these things from Paul can do it, Harris, to just make it look like, let me do it. I don't care what happened. When I get arrested, somebody will come and bail me out. Somebody will come and help me. That's what you can see them doing it. But the people believe in this brother so much. That's why they took that money and give it to them, because they feel that he was a religious advisor to the former president, and they feel that former President George Manuel Weah could have been involved one way or the other into this. That's why they went ahead and gave that money to this man. So if Reverend Emmanuel Nimle know that he's been accused falsely, let him bring out documents. Let him bring out receipts. But the people are providing receipt that they receive the money that they carry. The people gave them receipt. Reverend Nimle gave them receipt, and they're having a receipt.
And like I said,
and Reverend Nimle at certain point in time made a promissory note that he was going to refund their money. So here we are. This man, he duped the Liberian people, and he should be responsible for it.
And that's what we're saying. So, but yeah. But I'm laughing because I just don't know what people want in this life. You see, even those are in public service. I just don't know. Someone is setting so much struggling. They're begging for people to get a job.
Yeah.
You get a job, they come to the job, they come with corrupt mind. Imagine you get a church where you convince George where you put ATM machine on it to the church. You convince George where you got mobile money services for offering
to the church.
So far across the world, that's the only church they get ATM service. They get more. They get mobile money services for offering. If you go to church the day you carry cash, you can use your mobile money account and transfer to the church account. You pay your offering. The day you carry, you carry cash, but you get ATM card. When it's time for offering, you can just walk outside and go and cash out and come and pay. That's how that church was run.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's how church was run. So with all of those things you enjoyed from George Weah, you still have the gust, you still have the impetus, you still have this Nimlena from the Christian angle.
Yeah.
This is a man, you see him wherever George Weah went there, he was there.
Yeah.
Wherever George Weah, sat, he was there as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He was with George Weah. This is a man that sat with George Weah, Buckeye, from one place to another.
Yeah.
Every time in most programs when George Weah needed someone to pray, this is the man that was on the program sheet that was praying for George Weah. I wonder why even Gordon even answered George Weah to win second round, because you had a name that was praying for George Weah all throughout the campaign. Correct. All of the areas that George Weah went, all of the rallies, all of what George Weah. Mm-hmm. Wow. And at that level now, you are there corrupting. You are there. So you're saying that you should have there, it was transferred to George Weah. Because, but that's how it is. Because if you the religious advisor
to the president,
you the religious advisor, your hands are in dubious deeds.
Yeah.
Right. So that sin you're supposed to carry now,
that the president
George Weah carry
your sin.
And you see it?
Yeah.
So why are you supposed to be suffering for about George Weah suffering from? So because that George Weah now, you don't want Confin George Weah to become pastor. And see where you went at? You don't want to George Weah for the way I look at you, until you get a gift, can't be pastor. That's how George Weah went up. George Weah became pastor to Flock Crown as well. And you don't want ordained George Weah.
George Weah,
a corrupt figure like you. All right, ordained George Weah. How can you imagine having the hand of a corrupt person praying for you?
We are not one way or the other involving Mr. Weah into this.
No, we don't saying that's how it reflected.
That's it reflected, because, for instance, we have Mr. Ghana here serving as one of our top. We have Emmanuel here as our manager, and they tell Harris to be the religious advisor. Let me tell you this: in our country, anybody that serves as a religious advisor to a person, that person take direct. I'm saying this again. That person take direct authority or information, any information that comes from that person. They see that particular information as law and gospel. They see that information as law and gospel. So what we are involved is that this man who have one way or the other duped Ambassador Weah. That man who have one way or the other duped former President George Weah into his crooked deed, because this man probably all the things that he been telling Mr. Weah is being a total lie. He can lie to the Liberian people and dupe them with such amount. Imagine what he been telling the former president. That's our point. We are not getting Mr. Weah involved in this because of political thing or blah blah blah. No, we are only getting him involved because they could have probably lied to the president, the former president.
Seditions should be thankful that this account is coming up.
Yes.
When folks say that George Weah is surrounded, the cycle of George Weah is the one that is affecting him. When those are used to be seditions, those are used to be supporters of George Weah, when they left George Weah, you ask them why you have to leave George Weah. At the time George Weah was the president, and at the time you have proximity with George Weah, they will tell you that, listen, the people that surround George Weah are the ones advising him. Those that surround George Weah are the ones, things that they say, things that they tell George Weah is what George Weah listen to. Then we're asking ourselves, who are the people? Who are those that were around George Weah that were advising him? Who are those that are around George Weah that the things they do, things that they were involved with were affecting George Weah? Then one of those now is Feston Loken. I'm saying Feston Loken. I'm saying Reverend Nimlin.
Reverend Nimlin.
One of those is Reverend Nimlin now. So Reverend Nimlin is the person now, is one of those that was advising George Weah wrongly. So you see when you see where we are, you see the problem it brought.
Yeah.
You see to what extent it has. I just hope that I just don't know how you understand this conversation, Buakai. But I'm saying those folks out there that the religious advisor to your president, your former president. This is not about whether you are sedition.
No.
This is not about we're seeing our former president. So just imagine where the president was placed. The man every morning when he goes to the office, he's responsible to pray for
George Weah. Yeah.
In the morning at the executive mansion, he's responsible to pray for George Weah. The man every morning will sit and say, President, we are, the way the things going, I think we got to do it the way religiously, we got to bring a religious leader. No wonder why throughout the country we had a liberal council of churches were fighting itself all throughout the years. We had the different groupings that were noise up and forth, that were back and forth and everything. Because you have you have Reverend Neiman now, who was the progenitor in this thing. Because we can use this account breaker. If Reverend Neiman could be brave to this extent, to dupe 90 persons comfortably. 90 persons comfortably. You listen to the other guy account. He said the only reason why I took part in this thing, because the man was the religious advisor to George. And he was preaching at George Church. So he was preaching at George Church. So when I heard the name that he was a religious advisor to George Weah, I became confident. So you understand how a lot of them went across government. They were using George Weah's name across government, and they were doing a lot of crooked things. They were stealing from people. Some of them went to international partners because they took George Weah's name. Photos. They took George Weah's photos. People believed them. They took George Weah's name, they took George Weah's photo, people believed them. I've had a situation where a guy that worked in government says he went out of the country, I think one of the West African countries. So he was finding difficulty catching his flight, he needed to book a hotel and a whole lot of stuff. So he was lost in the process while working. He was lost. So he met this guy, and the both of them were talking. He was asking the man to show him. So the guy he met was very careful, because this is a country that you have transit, you have people moving here and there. So the guy was a bit afraid, to help him in terms of, he has already missed his flight. He needed to book a hotel to stay there, to rearrange his flight and everything. So the guy was a bit afraid to help him. So the guy asked him, where you come from? And he said, I'm from Liberia. So because he was Egyptian, he had this necklace that carries George Weah photo. So when he opened it and said, oh, this is my president. So because the guy recognized George Weah, they said, oh, this is our war bears, Africa's war bears. Because of that reason, that guy was confident to help him. Because of that reason, that guy was confident to take him places. And the next morning, the guy checked on him to ensure that he booked his flight. And the man was confident with him. So imagine if that guy would have used that influence now to say whatever thing to that guy was doing about George Weah. Or say, oh, I have close proximity to the president. Tell why, just helping. Give me some money. Once I go by my country, I'll bring you. You can see George Weah. That guy would have been confident to do it. And George Weah never knew about any of nothing. Nothing. Nothing that they were doing. George Weah nothing. But because he mentioned even the fact that he pastored George Weah Church, even the fact that he had proximity with George Weah serving as a religious advisor. That alone gave people. I mean, even you, your pocket. It could be you at that level. I could believe it. You could 100%. And he gave my money to Reverend Nimley. If I was a Christian and such a thing come out, and I know that it's an opportunity, brother, I'm going to go. Of course, I'm going to give my money willingly, because I know this man served as a religious advisor to a former president, and president by that time he was president. President by that time. So, if I couldn't hesitate even taking my money and giving it to Reverend Nimley, because I'm in a position himself, he's a man of God, he's an ordained person that can do such a thing to any person. That's how I'm going to believe, and that's how other Liberians believe, and that's why they gave that money to the man. So now they can get hold of their money, they can travel. Here we are now, Liberians, fellow Liberians. There is the case. We are bringing it up to you. Remember now, we are not here to get Mr. Weah involved into this. We are only bringing this because the position that the person served should have been a position that is void of such a thing. That is void of such a thing in a sense that a religious advisor to a president shouldn't get involved in a crooked deed. It's likely to be involved into criminality. They stole from the people. We have to let the Liberian people know that they stole. It's a shame to the Christian community. It's a disgrace. It's a slap on our face. So this thing, it goes beyond just even George Weah. Even pastors now begin to question themselves. Even reverends, the bishops will begin to question themselves, because first, Reverend Nimley has brought a disgrace to the Christian community. A disgrace. This is an ordained man of God. This is an ordained preacher of the gospel.
Mhm.
This is an ordained beautiful of the faith. Hey, yeah, my man. That's why we say some more will be here when we'll be sitting now, brother. My man, I'm telling you, because they made it. Hey, it was never a day that Reverend Fest. Reverend. I couldn't say Fester looking. I'm familiar with. No, I'm familiar with Fester looking from the archdiocese. So I know Fester looking. Emmanuel Nimle. Imagine on top of it, the man carry Emmanuel Nimle from the Bahoe. Oh, bro, I'm telling you, the man is a Reverend. He carries Emmanuel. He's ordained. Not ordained. Reverend Nimle had a time to make service at that flocky club. I tell you, unless where he traveled with George Weah, and it was the time that he would miss service. And even but aside from that, he was regular in service. He was, every time. Bwakai, this is Reverend Nimlin. I will be on the pulpit. Bwakai, if you listen to this man preach, amen. You feel that today is Judgment Day. When you listen to this Reverend, I just hope that now if he's in Subbies, I just hope that he's preaching to the guys are in jail.
The Central.
So Central
today, then
he cannot be. He has to. But the problem about it, our country. He will still have people to send his bond. Yeah. He will still have to, refund the money. And afterwards, you will go and still take to the pulpit to preach. And still, you have people like George Weah and others will still be friends of him. My man, what? Yeah. Some of the things when people said that George Weah now brave the decision in this country that affected him. If Reverend Nimle is guilty, throughout if he's taken to court afterwards and being found guilty. My man, me and that man friendship in you.
Man, if I was George Weah, I would never get close to that man because
this is the man that damaged me.
Yeah, he damaged the president, the former president, rather. You know what will happen now? Other people, what other reverends will start to say? You know what other librarians will start to say? They will say the city that George Weah was in and the city that Reverend Nimle was in. When a religious advisor to a former president can be doing such a thing, it means that the president himself was into it. It means that some people will now start to connect former President George Weah to the man Crooked D. The opposition bloc could roll with this and say that yes, former President George Weah was in a note of it. Don't you think so? Yes, of course. They could do it. But we can't sit there and come and lie to you that the former president knew something about this. That man, Reverend Emmanuel Nimle, single-handedly this thing. Can you imagine 87,000 United States that are
16 million Liberian 587,000
Liberian dollars. 16 million Liberian dollars.
There were hundreds of thousands of Liberians in this country that are qualified at the time to become religious advisors to the president.
Yeah.
I always say this thing to people. If you are elected, whether representative, senator, or president, it is an honor. It is the greatest responsibility to serve your people. If you're being appointed by the president, it is a privilege given you. It is one that you are through the Constitution that the president is confident working with you. So like that, you owe it to him as a person, and you owe it to the public, to Liberians, because it is within their interest that you work. That's part being the president. That's why the president has a set agenda that reflects the will of the people. So if you serving as a religious advisor, and over the years you've been advising the president religiously, I mean, telling him that, Mr. President, even though the Supreme Court says you can sack the president, but the thing, you know that God been there for God's sake. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's how you advise the president. Mr. President, even though war crimes code is good, but because the Bible says we should forgive, let's just let the war crime code be. I mean, these are the advances. I'm saying the pieces of advice that are very looking at. Oh my God. And you know that Nimle was giving George Weah.
And you know that the man was listening to him more than any other person.
Oh, yes.
The religious advisor.
Oh, yes. And George Weah is a God-fearing person. George Weah has demonstrated that repeatedly.
Yeah.
This is a man that will go to church with feel confident singing in the choir.
Yeah.
This is a man that will go to the mosque and feel satisfied aligning himself with people.
Yeah.
So like that, you will have an evidence to say, oh, George Weah is a person that over years have demonstrated that, I mean, he loves God. So at that level, having a religious advisor saying, this is what we have to do. Trust me, man, George Weah was listening to this guy. Yeah. George Weah listening to this guy. For me, I'll remove a wearing tattoo now. Moving on, I'll call the guy. Yeah, this is how George Weah listening to this guy. So at this level, it tells how your former president was being ill-advised.
Our former president.
It tells you how our former president was being misled. Tells you how our former president was being controlled negatively by Nimle. Then you're asking yourself, who was Nimle? Nimle was the religious advisor to the president.
Yeah.
Religious advisor to the president when Jobia go to cabinet meeting.
Yeah.
When they finish having some decision,
they
go to the party headquarters. Then the party make a determination. So you know what? We as a party, that thing they say we're bring rest president. We're not bringing it.
We're not doing it.
Then Jobia go to the hall. You call Nimle.
Remy,
that's how leaders behave.
Yeah.
Every good leader consult their pastors or their imam, especially when it comes to critical decisions.
Yeah,
because they look at those people that they are from the religious angle. It is God. They deal with God directly. So like that, I mean, every person, even some of us are here. When we have a certain decision to make, at times you won't go to the imam and say, this is thing that really, that Sunday you're about to make. Yeah. So now go to our pastor who say,
pastor say the decision.
I'm about to make this decision. So imagine if I want to get married now, I go to my pastor, and my pastor been telling me, this is where we are, he been counseling me. Then the next day I go here in the public, my pastor has been called for rape. Or my pastor love to so woman they catching. Brother, they tell me now. So it means that all the things they may say mean to me that fly. And this is the same way. So George Weah now, maybe there were times that George Weah attempted. Imagine when there were a lot of things that came in the full swing, there were people in this country that wanted to take Wologizi Mountain. They met with George Weah. They held the conversations. Then George Weah was saying, I can't make the determination. When we're looking, they play a Christian Leon. I'm saying, oh my word. Very Nimle. This thing, like religious come say this country are beyond Christian principles. So I mean, the people here, why advance? I know very Nimle told George we had to do something in this country negatively. Okay, the thing they may do, is a sufficient account to prove. Because if they make it do 90 other Liberians are in dying need, he can do them. Then why more about government? What they say they can kind of steal. Now, let's just look at it now.
We're not talking about 5 persons here. We're not talking about 10.
90%.
We're talking about 90 persons.
Able to sit and say a light of 90%.
900 and some more dollars from them.
Then someone mental about and go read and preaching. That said the law. I mean, the Bible says we shouldn't judge, but brother. Sometimes when they just look at it.
Let's go to the football. Yeah, folks, we have to take some calls this morning. We have to take back. We want to extend our condolence to the bereaved family of the former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. His son, her son, Charles Sirleaf, right? Yeah, Charles Sirleaf passed away yesterday. Charles Sirleaf, we want to say our condolence to the former president of the Republic of Liberia, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Charles Sirleaf, he passed away in Ghana. We thought it wise in letting you know about that. I'm just trying to inform you how it went yesterday. Just hold on. It says here. Charles Sirleaf, the son of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, passed away in Ghana at the age of 68. Mr. Sirleaf, who served as the acting governor of the Central Bank of Liberia, died in his sleep. Once again, died in his sleep. His death, confirmed by family sources on Monday, has left many in shock and sorrow. So the man died in his sleep in Ghana. We thought it wise in letting you know about this situation. So our condolence to the bereaved family. most especially former President Eddie Johnson Sirleaf. So, folks, now we will open the phone lines on 0778 665 699, 0778 665 699, or 0880 561 644, 0880 561 644, or 0778 665 699. Let's take our first caller here this morning on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to other people. Also, morning to Marastali. I'm Gomo M. Kamara.
Welcome, Pagomo.
I have my calling this morning. I have about somebody for the Sirleaf family and my brother Charles Sirleaf. My God gave him heaven.
Amen.
Allah gave him heaven.
Amen.
Because the man is my countryman. It's my kinsman. My bingo. My Allah told my Charles Sirleaf and the mother.
Okay.
And one of my first person in Barrett.
Okay.
Allah done so. I, including my family, and my five family, married and blood, I have my dearest sorrow.
Okay.
My Allah gave me heaven.
Amen.
My Allah gave me agenda. That human being can't just him.
Yeah.
100%. The man, my kids, man.
Okay.
Don't marry me, he's a Matingo.
Okay.
I have my similar to all our better Matingo, the public of my in your house.
Okay.
Charles Sirleaf.
All right.
If you go where the mother do, my God, you are his mother.
Amen.
Take care of the children. You know that God gave you. That
Yeah.
God takes away.
All right. That's true. That's true. Totally. Oh, yeah. We lost you along the way there, but let's take another person on this line here quickly. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning. Your name is yours from?
Yeah, I'm Benjamin. I'm calling from Moses.
I don't know. Your line is a little low. You have to speak up a bit.
Benjamin is calling from Moses Black Community.
Okay, Benjamin, welcome to the show. You are live with us this morning.
Okay, thank you very much. The issue on Emmanuel Nimle is this have showing to us that all of the advices he used to give to our former president, George Weah, he is one of those that is repetition in this country. That people have things to give him. Me today, from today, if you happen to see him, I will not call him Reverend.
How you call him?
I will call him Emmanuel Nimle. He don't deserve the title. Yes, he don't deserve the title. He didn't implement the title. He didn't even prove to us that.
But they make you say that the people lie on him. So, but I don't know how 90% will come and lie on one person.
So how 90% will just come and lie on one person like that? It is not possible.
Yeah, okay.
It is not possible.
All right, brother.
So thank you, and my condolences to our former president, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. May Charles Sirleaf may so rest in perfect peace.
Amen. Let's take us some more calls. 0778 665 699 or 0880 561 644 are the lines that you can call this morning. You'll be live with us on the Punvh Brekfast show. You listen to the discussion. It's not time for you to form part of it by placing your calls to 0778 665 699. Let's take this person on the line. Good morning. Welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Good morning. My name is Aaron Bestman. Join you from the show community.
Welcome, Mr. Bestman.
Yeah, condolences to the former president. And I want to speak mainly on Reverend because I'm one of the victims.
Okay. Thank God that you are here with us. Just explain to us the entire process. How was it like?
throughout the entire process, we trust the process because first when it started, they told us to pay $150 US for registration, which we did pay. And all this discussion been going on in the church. So when the call for meeting, we go, and later we were informed that $250 for visa payment. Actually,
I beg you, just hold on a bit. You say $150 for visa payment.
No, $150 for the phone.
It was informed by one of the representatives at the time.
$150 for the visa form.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So based on that, we do the payment. So before doing the payment,
so who are paying to?
we're paying to revenue. He was in the office.
So he was collecting the money from you directly?
Yeah, exactly. In the office.
Okay.
So we are more than 90. The 90 we are talking about those who pay huge amount. Some people pay only $250 to drop. Some people pay $300 to drop.
Oh.
Yeah, actually the program was real, but then the money revenue put into the program, it was 20 people back. But the program was actually real. But the students got to know that you were requesting for this amount. That's why the program stopped.
Wow. So it means some people went on the program.
No one.
Oh wow.
So
you gotta wait. The people they send an invitation. Some people got invitation, go down, got invitation. Myself, I got my invitation. The year with me, my receipt.
So all in all, how much you spend? $750.
Yeah, the document process, the visa fee, the registration.
So you said the visa fee is the $150.
No, the $150 was for you to send the invitation. Before they send invitation, you gotta pay that $150.
Okay, so
the visa was $750, but the $150 previously were informed by a lady. Later on, he removed the lady.
So the entire process was $750, excluding the $150 for the invitation.
No, the entire process was $1,500.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking as to when you already have your invitation, you pay your $750. So what was holding you back now from from traveling?
Because they requested for a lot of documents, which was one. He said you have to get clearance from the police station, which is, we went to him. He want everything to pass through his office. So we were trying to figure this thing that this invitation to get electoral visa. So we just believe the process because he being a special advisor to the former president. So we believe that this thing will work. But he said a lot of things where we believe.
Yeah, okay, so even the police clearance, he was the one that said that he was going to do it.
You have people in the system taking the money for that.
Oh wow. So let me ask you my final question, brother. And my colleague want to ask you another question. Please, sorry for keeping you on the line. We want to find out more thing about this. My final question to you is that why you guys stand down to, because I don't know if there is means of this man giving your money back. If not, is there?
He made a parliamentary know before he could escape this country that he was going to refund our money. And he escaped this country.
Yeah, they say he went Nigeria, for then he went Ghana, but he's taking back.
Yeah, like just go.
Wow.
Just go and make him to come back. He wanted to come and escape from here. Yeah, so I go to have it. We got it information out to check.
Okay, my colleague want to ask you a question.
No, that's exactly the point I was asking, because when you talk about the primary service note, I'm told that previously when this thing came out, you have made primary service note along with Reverend Nimlin that he was going to pay your money. Did he attach any time frame to the primary service note that he made?
Yeah, he did.
What was it?
To pay the amount, as should be taken, we got it.
Okay.
And we got all recording. If you can send me your WhatsApp.
My man, we want you to come out here tomorrow, man. If you can make it on the show.
I think I gotta read my WhatsApp to. I'll read my WhatsApp to you. We need those recordings, please.
Yeah, but we can have you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So our team will call you to direct you. Okay, to direct you to the station.
We'll have the discussion of it and as well.
Okay, so folks, that's it. We hope to have them on tomorrow. But listen to it. We want them to come here and explain it for themselves. Yeah. Right. So this is about Liberia. So you see, the entire process is $1,500 United States dollars.
So the measure they pay 150.
150 to that one. They money not there. We're not counting them. They put out for $750.
So from what I'm understanding from the brother's testimony is that the program was actually real, but the revenue are using it as a means of exploiting. So maybe the total program, if the total program will have covered 700, revenue brings some other thing and carry the money out to 1,005. So for every one person that go to make 700 profit, that's how I'm understanding it to be. Because like you listen to him, he has his invitation as well. So it shows that it was real though, but the point has been that revenue are using it as a means to do, so every money has been paid, revenue gets share on the money as well. So when the people got to realize that he was overcharging, how the people blacking
they put closely.
So the closing now, it became a problem.
They very careful his way out again. You're in a situation and he couldn't handle.
Revenue is not understand.
If they run away and come back, I know what brought him.
Let's take the 7,000 brother.
Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome. Yes, sir. Your name, where joining us from?
My name is Sagajas.
Welcome, Sagajas.
I want to thank you to both of you guys for flagging this issue. But yeah, the issue of the reverend clearly tells you how George Bell was being fed by so many lies. Yeah, so this is why we are being held to have accept the because we are knew exactly those people who were around him. So some of them they even made a way for people. Now yesterday we expose them, but that being that kind person, he decided to have defeated or accepted the defeat. But a reverend coming up to say, and people, ordinary Liberians, that speak a lot, that they even get far bigger than that. And to the issue of saying that we are, was not whatever I was trying to know, I don't want to be honest. Because someone being a religious or spiritual, advisor to the president, and you think, and again, as a pastor, and not only one president or two presidents, but hundreds of persons pay to that guy. It was not something that we are saying, I know, and I think that we are saying, but being like you said, it was something like, it was not, it was something weird because myself, like, you remember, one of my, friends on the called me. He told me that's the exact amount he called to me, or he pronounced to me 500. But the guy told me that $100 would even make me to, to travel to 20. Okay. Then the rest can be while also. So I don't know what was the simple now, but I don't want to. I believe that we.
Yeah, my brother, I know that Mr. We are new about thing.
No. We can't say that yet. No, Mr. Karu, we can't say that.
Listen to me. Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay. The program was in the church. The men were collecting the money in the office. And now one person, more than 90%.
No, Mr. Kawe, let me come in there now. Mr. Kawe, the Reverend Nimle do have his office at the church. That's where he have an office at. So probably the president is not normally there. The president can only go to that church on Sunday. So now Reverend could have been doing something on his own. So we can say the president knew about it.
Yeah, listen to me now.
Yeah.
That's so special day to pay the money. So if people get that full of money, so then they go to the church, they pay. So now 5 or 6 people they pay.
Yeah.
Look at the thing, going to try. He the church he's supposed to know about it. So you cannot tell him that you don't know. You know about it.
Mr. Kawe.
Yeah.
You can have me here now as your religious advisor. Then you open a place like you open a Punch FM here, and you are not normally here. You get only come here on Sunday. And then if I tell the people are coming to me, if I tell them say don't come, nobody should come to me on Sunday. You only come during the weekdays. You may not know, Mr. Kawe. You may not know what's going on behind you.
Yeah, because they kind of people. Why they not 5 people? Why they not 3 people? Why they not 4 people?
90.
They come almost 90 people. They not small crew there. They not small crew. Even if the men go there one day, so they pull after the try, people go in the main office. They go in the main office. They make sure the concerned people when what happened that the people going to the main office.
Yeah, the former president could say the people are going there for deliverance. What you think?
My brother, so he can't lay out there only.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr.
It's not a part of this.
Yeah.
If George Weah is aware of this, it's because of the account that Nimle provided. Like you listen to a lot of the folks, it was legit. It was a show. An existing program though. So perhaps again the accounts of the quarters could be that perhaps because this thing was valid, we had previous conversations, we are on it. But as a move, no brother, you can't tell you soon as all made in a house, so do it.
Yeah.
You say, oh, but then good, yeah, do it, help people. Then I want to go now. I use my influence. You know, I start to misuse, you know, I start to abuse the opportunity you gave me. So the account will be it is from that account that the quarters are coming. But we don't want to make that determination. We believe that George Weah, for me, I'm still confident that George Weah will never settle for that.
Yeah.
To allow over 90 persons be duped. I know George Weah can do that.
Yeah. Good morning. Your name is joining us from?
This is the Ria Emmanuel calling from Poro.
All the other Emmanuel, I'm Ria Emmanuel there. All the other Emmanuel, Reverend Emmanuel, Nimle, that's Ria Emmanuel. Eh?
Oh, man, I could get Emmanuel.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah, I thank you for the discussion, and I want to send my sympathy to former President Madam Ellen Johnson. George Weah may likely know about it, but not the negative side. God in the church, sometimes may get about it. Maybe you go not in the other way. If it's a popular something, but the trainer even do it, do it a quick way. But maybe the person may know about it, but not the negative stuff. Belief. May know about what's going on, but the trainer may some limited issue other than what make people may put blame on the president. But the might believe the person may know about it, but not the negative side. That is my view.
Yeah, now I see people have started blaming the president for sending Eugene Nangbe to the police station to help build the man out. Let's take another person here on this line. Good morning.
Yeah, what morning?
Yeah.
I was just about time for my brother to read. That's all. But let me tell you, it's not issue between President Weah and I having all each other. But I mean, being poor to you, I'm a driver. My professor is driver. I have somebody who buy you. Doing that, I do the 70 to 80. He used to buy on 10,000 and give it to you. When somebody was able to buy a car and give it to you, $10,000 worth of car. didn't know about the driver. He didn't know how far he is. He didn't know his behavior. When you get to your resources from your children, boy, and buy and kill somebody, you go love it. No. I mean, be bold to you. President Weir is aware of this thing. That just have President Weir was going in the country. Accountability. He was not about it. And the same thing that brought him, he brought him into his church. Why did you never go to police? Why did you never go to represent?
No, the union number went there probably to find out what's the problem, what's going on. We can say union number went there to blow the man out. No, but we don't know the reason the man went there for. So we can come and tell you, say, oh, he went there because to go build the man out. No.
Mr. Barker,
yeah.
Let me say to you. What FM? Okay, let me example. Mr. Hannah gave you a money director. You do responsible for everything. The team Mr. Hannah gets back in you. You don't know your accountability, you don't know your behavior. No, you don't know your behavior before you turn out what to do as a boss. Let me you report it to him. Or you report it to her. Let me be frank. Mr. Weir took the last time of church, one thing matter, somebody started to him up in, and they said, reach out to him. Now, God begin there.
Okay.
Now, they were rooting off.
All right.
He had everything that happened.
All right. Thank you so much, Pagomo. Thank you. We are not getting ourselves involved into this. We are just leaving it with you. You are the one making your own decision.
Again, people can make determination based on existing accounts. But for us, we cannot sit here and say, George, we are had a hand into this to happen, because it is not George. The reason George was sent Eugene there because this is his pastor.
Yeah.
So if your pastor is involved into something, you will not just leave him on the road. You will go until I believe if after the court process. And the court found this Reverend guilty, and at that point, if George were stepping in to pay or to bill or to contribute towards the payment,
that's it.
Then at time now we can use that account.
Yeah.
Until that happened, I mean, if your pastor, brother, your imam, when into problem, you be with them. You go there because at that time yet is not. I mean, someone can say, "Oh, your imam rape or the pastor rape," then just abandon him. You will go to him in the court.
Yeah.
Perhaps you will ask him repeatedly if this thing is true or not, because you want to get actual information. And I believe that's why George will have to send Eugene at that place. Let's hold the account.
Okay, let's this person here. Good morning. Your name is joining us from.
Good morning. Good morning to the guy in the
Harris.
Yeah, Harris. Okay. I'm Reverend Sanders here.
Oh, Reverend, welcome to the show.
Thank you. And I formed from my favorite resident.
Reverend, they think about Reverend ship now. Some people want to spoil the whole Reverend thing there for all.
I tell you, my man. They got pressure cloud. Yeah. And I don't know why would Reverend they may allow himself to go so low. I just don't know. Since last night, I've been fathering, and there is a call from America. He called last night. He said this is not Reverend Nimna first time. He said Reverend Nimna did it in Accra, Ghana.
Wow.
And there's another guy who also confirmed it from the U.S. from Minnesota. He said this guy is not there for this disease. So they're still with now. This is what I want to stand. We know we are all human. We all got our shortcomings, right? But people, I don't want to hold it constant by joining the former president into it. Like all you guys, your conclusion you guys are making, it's not logical, right? Because Julia was very busy. He wanted to go there for service.
Yes.
And with the kind of trust and confidence he had in this guy, I wouldn't want to believe that he would have had such a knowledge, so they kind of do this guy and then he says that and he wouldn't want to talk about it. But this is my point. Last night on school radio, they let that data, I think it was December 22nd. These very people who Nina was in their business for traveling and this and that, when they go found that the deal was no longer working, according to the letter, they wrote Jowiya, by which time he was the president already in December. And the letter was read last night on Spoon Radio. They wrote Jowiya asking him to get involved into this, so that revenue will make sure he will miss their money. And according to the letter, they said that they didn't get any redress. But then, a revenue who has the kind of influence of, over 90%. This guy, he's someone who has been working in the business. He knows how to go about doing it. And these are things you can't put in a background and make yourself so low. And look, and I lie now here and monitoring the show. I'm saying to myself, this is not only the renewal, but it takes the entire clergy. And because today already, like I was saying to few of my members, that's an example of what is happening in our nation today. Most of these crimes and things happening in our country, these very people come from our churches. They held position in our churches. They work in government institutions. Now the very people, they will sit over dozens of sermons, honor and not that bishop, reverend, and pastor, and all the kind of things. And they will leave from there, from the very church door, on Sunday, jump out and go into the offices and go and carry on all sort of acts. So, it brings up a logical conclusion that we are only preaching, we are only hearing, and somehow we are not following, God's will.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I hope he can survive this, so the whole issue about revenue in our country can go on.
It's not easy because today, when you go somewhere and tell somebody I'm a pastor, they say, "Oh, you move on
what kind of pastor? All of that cooking.
Most people will start losing relevance.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's take our big brother from the United States of America on the WhatsApp number. Good morning, sir. Welcome.
Hey, brother, good morning to you, and good morning to all your listeners. This is Uncle George. I call you from Las Vegas.
Uncle George, welcome. I guess you've been following the show.
Of course, I listen to all this, about the people view in regards to the pastors with all the scam. And one thing I want to say, if the people say that Jowiya, our former president, know about this, I will not mistake it. I will not say it. I will not agree. But on the other hand, I will agree that if it's true that he sent Eugene Namwe to go make a follow-up, then of course he tried to implicate himself in the whole situation. Because for the fact that he was a former president and this is a religious advisor, in this kind of situation, he should have waited. Let the whole police go with an investigation to find out first.
Yeah, but Uncle George, the issue here is that even if it was you, you could have sent your subordinate to find out on how what's actually happening, because this is just the beginning of this, and it's in the news. You want to find out directly from the person what's the problem. So that's why he sent somebody there.
Yeah, but let me say one thing to you. President Weah was our president. He is our president, former president. Let me put it that way. If at all, if you hear that his relation advisor is involved in this thing, that's a red flag right there. He should distance himself from there to find out exactly what the court will say or what the police will say. You're not supposed to send somebody to go there to go talk on a behalf, like the that library way where you go see what a man do. No. You're not supposed to do that. If that's what he did, then of course people would blame him for being in the know of what the man was doing. President, we had no right. Whoever advised him to send somebody there, it was wrong. It was wrong. He should have waited. They were not beating the man to say, okay, you will take the man for the book, or not more justice that went on. He was seeing the police here. He sort of let it all play out. That's what I see. So if the people are accusing him of being in the know, then of course he are just proving it. That's my opinion on the whole matter. Okay, the second thing I want to say, if at all he's in the know and this thing happening, then of course, there's a passage in the Bible say Jesus Christ told him, I'm going ahead to prepare a place for you. So the way he's going now is as a reverend, he went to prepare a place for his boss who will be coming next.
No. So you're trying to tell me that they may be praying for his boss too? Yes, yeah.
No, it means I see attitude they're doing now. So he going for what?
Yeah, that's what he's going to do because he'll be next president.
I love the views this morning.
What is it, man? That it's kind of troubling. That's why I say. So you're going to go prepare play for a boss to follow later.
Yeah, but for me or for us here on the show, we stand our ground. That former president, we are in the know of this. Sending Eugene Nami there doesn't indicate that he's aware of the things that this Reverend been doing.
I mean, partly I may agree with you. You understand? I'm not accusing President we have to be in the know. I don't. But what I'm trying to tell you, Ebuaka, President he shouldn't have sent somebody to the police station or to go say, you go find out.
Okay.
I mean, they get telephone. He can take a phone call to call and say, he can ask. President we get access to everybody that work over there because he's the former president.
Okay.
He can call. What happened? But they tell him, but to send somebody to go represent him, I mean, to go find out what happened there, no.
Okay.
You're not taking from there, so he might know something about it, so he try to cover up.
All right, thank you so much, Uncle George from the US. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, brother. So take care.
All right, thanks so much. That's Uncle George from the US. Let's take another person on this line. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Nimaj.
I'm Justice Allison calling from Opakawa.
Welcome.
Thank you for the show. The truth is, people with people that think our former president is not in the law of the whole.
Hello, just change your position a bit, my brother. You are coming low.
I said, I deep fall with those that saying that other people are saying that our former president is not in the law. Our former president is in the law of all what going to be placed in our Democrat church. Pretending the revenue taking money from people that they're going to carry them in Australia or whatsoever you want to carry them. They know that's just something that they just plan to get money from people. They know. You see, what was it because you send somebody to go see what is going on to Central.
So say this. So
they did to other people when smart AI kicked in and then people.
They may bring smart AI in it.
Nothing was all top because what did I say when they see smart AI in a school church. Because we're having two smart AI, one in the public, one in the church. So what they will speak of other people.
Yeah, but man, you can say no, but for you now, somebody working with you, you can somebody working with you, and you that person can see every day. You can only go to visit the person on Sunday, and then the person do something. They say the person in the know. I still don't believe that he's in the know up until he can come and clear the air, or the Reverend can come and tell us, say, this was done through the office of the president. Then we don't know that you're in the know.
Chief, the president in the know of the whole thing. The president in the know. Let's see smart AI on the church. Let's see smart AI. The president in the know. He avoids them and send people to go see or to understand what's taking place at Central. The president in the former president in the know, but they just want to cover it up because they come to the public and they want to cover it up. But in the know.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much for stay. The may stay here, Graham. The may say the former president is in the know. All the way we try to convince him, he keeps saying the former president is in the know. And this is about Liberia. We are not coercing you on how you should express your view. But for us here at the show, we just want to get documents or even the Reverend come out. He said, my people. The other thing here, I don't want to be the only person going under the bus.
But Bwakai, $87,000. So George Weah at the time being president, how would George Weah leave the presidency where money is to settle down for $87,000? I mean, isn't for me? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I know George Weah can go that route. I mean, $7,000 leaving the presidency for $87,000. I mean, give the major receipt.
I mean, $7,000 money to don't make Joe.
No man.
Like if it's $7,000, it can do something for you.
I mean, you know what I mean? Gives the American receipt. If George Weah $87,000, George Weah will settle down. I don't know. I'm still I still don't want to settle for that. I mean, very frank. I still don't want to settle for that.
Okay, so we take like 2 more calls on this, then we transition. We come to talk about the DEA, the LDA, the Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency, is what we're coming to put under the microscope. Yesterday again, there was a fierce fight at the offices of the Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency. So we are coming to put them under the microscope from 9 o'clock up until 10 o'clock. Like I said, we're taking 1 hour on the Liberal Drugs Enforcement Agency. So on the revenue ministry, we take 2 calls, then we come over the LDA. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, the president.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Your name is joining us from?
Thank you. Let me say good morning to your colleagues. My name is Punvh William Covey, and I joined this conversation from this city.
I guess Kwewu, you will not come and say the former president was in the know of this. I will not agree with you on that.
You know, definitely that for me, you know, I don't judge you as a person, but when it comes to dubious, I cannot put my neck on chopping board for judge you. That is impossible. Definitely. When former president, we are wearing the United Arab Emirates to play football there, right? Didn't he dupe the people there? He pretended to the people that, I've changed my religion as a Muslim just to play football there and acquire money because he came to money matter. But we are opposed to neglect his religion and pretend to the people that he has done the Islam just to play there. But
the man changed when he became a president. He became a God-fearing man and he became a pastor. Now he was ordained and then now he's not getting involved in some of these things.
Not true. In as much as last time I met with dupe the people because I'm duping that you drop the people. So if we dupe the people at the time, my brother, I was like this, you know, I even heard your colleagues saying that, you know, the money is too small for President William. Yes, I agree. It may not be purposely that, you know, he get share into it, but he may do it to back the man up, to assist the man. We know you have a way to lobby for your friend. Maybe your friend asks you for something, you don't have it to give it directly, and you have other means of backing you up to lobby in order to get it. It can be done. So that money purposely may be intended for your Emmanuel, the pastor for the Fortification Church. It may not be purposely that President William was going to have a share into that money. No. The money may go to him in totality, but President William will not have or share into it, but he will be there as the backup. Because in my view, look at the time the last deals were done. It was only 23, right? So everybody had a mindset that President William will be re-elected. So at the time, if he was president today, and this thing here, it would have never come out to the public. Let me clear with it. The President William would have been re-elected, this thing would have never come out to the public because he would have backed it up and covered up, and all of those people would have been silent because they were never ever going to, there was no police or even going to make attempt to arrest that pastor. But thank God, at least today, he was not re-elected, and today God brought that man to life. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you so much for calling in, my brother, and be a part of the conversation. Let's take 1 more call, then we'll read the comments on our Facebook page this morning. From there, we transition to something else. We take our last caller on 0778 685 699 or 0880 561 644. The lines that you can call this morning. But if there's no call, Harris, you'll go through the comment section.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments here. Boakai Alfred Pastor, where he says, "Is this case about George Weah?" Ola Sombo Ashola says, "Good morning to you as well." Evelyn Toy says, "Amen." Yeah, that's the situation. J. Benedict Kolu Sonda says, "I'm following from UAE Dubai this afternoon." Okay, so it's morning here as per the weather. Grecian Kennedy said, "Wow." Yeah, just wow.
Just wow.
Morris and Grace said, "Wow." Brother, just wow. Grecian Kennedy writes again and says, "Weah was in the known why he sent Eugene to bail the man out of jail. If the ex-president didn't know why he wants to build a criminal out of jail." This is a very grief concern, Boakai. Why would you want to build a criminal? Because under our law, until the person is proven guilty, they are now a criminal. Darwin Winker says, Mr. That's Waka Amara Kamara. Good morning. Good morning to you as well. Ruben Soko says, good morning, folks. What is the holy balu at the LDA? Answer, somebody is owner money. Human beings, since I'm watching from my creative space here in Wolokant, Turnipole District, Middlesex County. Okay, great job. Valentin Capion, I hope I get your last name correctly. He said, great job. Thanks as well. Okay. Ivan Haynes says, God is not in Liberia because of the Liberian people behavior. Brother, go again. June Boss says, good morning, guys. Good morning as well. And several of the comments as well. We hope to read them as we move along the conversation, Wakai.
Okay, so we'll take a commercial break. Let's go to our marketing department. We'll take a commercial break. And after that, we'll come back with the happenings at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. I promise you it's going to be a fascinating discussion. You just don't want to zoom out. Let's take a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll dive into that quickly. Let's take this break.
My people, you don't hear it? The LRA people, the people then that can collect government taxes, they say that it's time now to pay your real estate tax. Whether you get horse or you get land in a city or outside the city, the LRA people say that it's time to pay your tax from now to July 1 this year. The people from the LRA will be in your community to tell you everything you need to know. So look out for them. They will come and teach you everything you need to know about paying your taxes for your properties. Just cooperate when you see them in your community. In your knowing, when you pay tax, all of us can enjoy. When you pay your tax on your land or your house, the government will do plenty fun things for all of us. Pay tax. We all enjoy.
You gotta pay. And I leave it up from a boy, John Brown. You can pay even when you living uptown. Pay your real property taxes. Pay your real property taxes.
Tax payment is a national duty.
We all contribute. We become entitled to development.
We are the authors of our destiny.
Tax payment is a commitment we make towards the future of the unborn generation.
When we pay taxes, we hold our leaders accountable.
Be a part of change. Be a part of transformation.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
Tax payment is a national duty.
When we all contribute, we become entitled to development.
We are the authors of our destiny.
Tax payment is a commitment we make towards the future of the unborn generation.
When we pay taxes, we hold our leaders accountable.
Be a part of change. Be a part of transformation.
Pay tax. We all enjoy.
Okay, so pay tax, we all enjoy. Welcome back to the Punvh Brekfast show. If you're joining us, we are here this morning. Harris Berry and Boakai Amara Kamara. It's good that we bring you a fascinating discussion. Every morning, we're in. Later on, we open the phone lines for you to be a part of the conversation. So we are now here. We will dive into the happenings at the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency. It's been an ups and down thing. Yesterday, again, there was a fierce fight there between deputies and their boss, Abraham Croman. Harris, this is becoming unbecoming. And the president of the Republic of Liberia will need to take action if he wants to let go of certain people to get the work of the Liberian people being done there at the Liberian Justice Enforcement Agency. He will have to, because this is about Liberia now. It's not about individuals. It's not about satisfying those guys. They are two responsible people. And it is just be fighting among themselves. They can't understand themselves. They mean action should be taken. So we are calling on the government. We are calling on the president of the Republic of Liberia, even though he's not in country. But there is need that these both guys be called to the table, so they even they have been called to the table previously. This is the second time is happening. This is the second time this is happening, and we will give you bit by bit every information that occurred yesterday at the Liberian Justice Enforcement Agency. I don't know, you want for me to play the recording first before we can dive into it, or which one we should do?
Yeah, let me read out the statement. This one is from Fadiga. Okay, so he says, statement regarding the unfortunate incident at the headquarters. Now,
wait. I beg you, Harris. I know what let's play the recording first.
Okay.
I know what I'm saying.
Okay.
Let's play the recording, and then we will come to the statement that he put up on yesterday. So this was Fadiga last night, folks, on a local radio station, making the case on what happened between he and and his boss Abraham Kwan. So let's listen to him this morning. Okay, so Harris, that's the voice of Fadiga, one of those in the controversy at the Drugs Enforcement Agency, Liberian Drugs Enforcement Agency, LDEA. So you listened to him last night. He was on a local radio station explaining what occurred between he and Abraham Kroman. So you have a release that he put out yesterday. He put out this morning. You just want to go into
it's been 7 hours ago.
7 hours. Okay.
So he says, in response to the claims made by Director Kroman during a recent press conference, I would like to clarify that I did not banish any weapon, which means to raise any weapon against someone. As a seasoned law enforcement professional with over a decade of experience, it is against my principles to engage in such behavior. However, I was unfortunately attacked by AB Kroman's stalks. During the assaults, AB's personal security, who are notorious ex-rebel fighters from Ulimo K, unexpectedly took hold of my firearm. Why another ex-rebel general named Keita restrained me. They further restricted my movement and subjected me to assault in the director's office. Additionally, they confiscated 3 of my phones. Fortunately, one of my phones, an iPhone 15 Pro Max, had recorded the entire incident without their knowledge. Unfortunately, they deleted the recording when they realized its existence. Nevertheless, I was able to retrieve the video from my backup account, which they couldn't access due to its face recognition feature. I firmly believe that the truth will be revealed in due time and we will be vindicated. I have no intention of paying any media outlets to report favorably on my behalf. Instead, I plan to hold a significant press conference to present all the facts, allowing the Liberian people to make their own informed judgments. And this is a statement Fadiga posted.
Okay, so let's take the voice of Abraham Kroman this morning. Yesterday, let me see if I can play, if it is this
follow that. That's what the organization, the profession is unique. Command structure has to be followed. And most of you guys think from that advocacy thing, being an advocate, the thing that your right ends to where the on the right begin. At this point in time, when you give order, that order has to be carried out. If I could share my webpage for you, you're not gonna like it. So we just leave it as it. But at the end of the day, whatever we have showing that this place is survived, this place is carried out, we will do it. We're not going to be perturbed. We're not going to be carried away by the little situation. People feeling their hurt when they don't understand what they have. That is the duty manual. They say clearly what is your responsibility, what is my responsibility. But if you can't follow that, you think you got to advocate your way through or through falsehood and then to get the prominence. It's not going to happen like that way. We have to follow the structure that establishes the organization. If we need to actually be fitted into it, you have to do it through a different means, not to force it, not to spread tear gas in the hallway, not to want to break, not to come and banish gun. It doesn't make sense. So we ask the police taking their guns. They find out if the gun are given to you for personal defense, you want to use it to watch people, we're not going to tolerate it. You have the commander and you have the deputy. So you have to follow. That's what the organization, the profession is. Command structure has to be followed. And most of the guys think from that advocacy thing, being an advocate, the thing that your right ends to where the right begin. At this point in time, when you give order, that order has to be carried out. If I could share my webpage for you, you don't like it very well. So we just leave it at it. But at the end of the day, whatever we have as far as ensuring that this place is survived, this place is carried out, all this carried out, we will do it. We're not going to be perturbed. We're not going to be carried away by the little situation here. People feeling their hurt when they don't understand what they have. That is the duty manual. It says clearly what is your responsibility, what is my responsibility. But if we can't follow that, you think you got to advocate your way through or through falsehood and then to get the prominence. It's not going to happen like that way. We have to follow the structure that establishes organization. If we need to actually be fitted into it, you have to do it through a different means, not to force it, not to spread tear gas in the hallway, not to want to break, not to come and banish gun. It doesn't make sense. So we ask the police taking their guns. The fact that the gun was given to you for personal defense, you want to use it to watch people, we're not going to tolerate it.
Okay, we're not going to tolerate that. We are not going to tolerate that. That's the voice of the head of the LDEA, Mr. Abraham Kroman, and previously listened to his deputy Fadiga speaking there also. Some folks, this is becoming serious. Not only becoming again, this is serious. This is serious in a sense that an entity that should be fighting drugs in our country were taken and given to two to three persons to spearhead by President Joseph Nima Boakai, but they are gradually failing the Liberian people. The leg of Abraham Kuman, Fadiga, and the other person there, they been into the hullabaloo for a very long time. They been into the misunderstanding for a very long time. And we Liberians, we are left with nothing now but just to look at them and look at the president so the president can take action, because we are getting tired of this, man. We are getting so exhausted. And Liberian people, they want that better change. This government came on a method of change. They want to change every sector. But if they can be able to change even the LDEA, the place that the president been focusing his attention on, that he says that, oh, he had made promise to the Liberian people that I will fight drugs. Those that should be fighting drugs are fighting among themselves, my Liberian people. So where, how far, where, when will we graduate from this? That's the question that we're asking. We will ask the hard questions, and we need the answers. Abraham Kumar said, Fadiga bandaged a gun in his presence. And Fadiga is saying that, oh no, I did not. So who should we be believing here now? Claims and counterclaims are being put forth by the both parties. So Liberia is gradually dying under the LDA. We are getting information that the US government is no longer funding the LDA because of the same misunderstanding that is ongoing. But Fadiga is claiming that the US is no longer funding the LDA because there are some top hierarchies in the LDA that are in cahoots with drug dealers. So now the US is now funding them because of that. So that's the account of Fadiga. And Kroman to come out and say, because of total disrespect from a subordinate, that's why other people don't want to do business with us. So we are talking two different things here, Harris. And this is about Liberia. This is about pushing the agenda of Joseph Nima Boakai, President Joseph Nima Boakai. So he's not in the country. Yesterday, the three guys rather, they took close to 4 to 5 hours at the Liberian National Police. What they should be doing the Liberian people job, they were at the Liberian National Police headquarters. They're judging case again yesterday. The first day where they went at the executive mansion to go and judge case. No understanding. Absolutely no understanding. Harris, I guess you want to come in on that.
Yeah, Boakai, I'm a bit, puzzled about what is happening at the LDA. I'm puzzled because I never thought that a situation like this was ever happen across government again. Whether at the LDA, whether at the DEZ or whatever area. Boakai, we witnessed similar happening before at the Bureau of State Enterprise has tend to be corrected if I'm not 100% right, between the Deputy and the Director General. And George Weah was very responsive to that situation. George Weah took an immediate action and had one of them dismissed with immediate effect or suspended at the time. And after the investigation, said person was dismissed. That was just at a bureau, but then George Weah took that decision. How much more now we have the LDEA? One that the president has given the Liberian people a commitment that we will ensure that drugs in this country is fight to our letter. That my government will work to ensure that drugs in this country is fight. That part of that, the president committed himself to doing a drug test as a semblance, as a determination of his commitment to ensure that drugs is fought in this country. On top of that, he needed a robust and effective and efficient team, one that is very resourceful to ensure that the work of the LDA is on the full swing. He went abroad and brought A.B. Krumah. Everyone in this country said it was one of the best selection of the president by having A.B. Krumah to take over the DEA. On top of that, the president went on and brought Hassan Fadiga. So when Fadiga came at the time, everyone said matching AB and that of Fadiga is a perfect match. It is a perfect collaboration. So the two came together at the time. We start to see progress in the LDA. We start to see prospects in the LDA. The LDA began to crack down on drug addicts in this country. The LDA began to crack down on drug traffickers in this country. There were arrests. In a short space of time prior to the passage of the budget, we saw the LDA started to be very resourceful. Then we said, okay, there are good things that the Joe Barker administration will ensure that drugs in this country is fight. Barker said now that so soon that those things that we projected when we said LDA has a feature on A.B. Krumah and that of Hassan Fadiga. We said the LDA is destined for progress, that the president wants to ensure that drugs is fought in this country. When there were times we used to listen to President Barker condemning George Weah because he said at the time George Weah did not do anything, and the DEA was like a toothless bulldog, that the DEA was doing nothing. That President George Weah have sat and allowed drugs to take over the UFO population. We used to listen to Nobly Kanga Lawrence from one end. We used to listen to Senator Dillon from the other end. And across the country, the United Party's central message was that drugs is as frequent as breakfast, and that the people and that the children of Liberia, the UFO populations, continue to be destroyed because of drugs, and that George Weah was doing nothing. That was the central campaign message of the United Party. So if you having folks coming to take over such an institution that has a greater responsibility to ensure that the president succeed on his quest against drugs, fight against drugs, then you guys go there and sit to fight each other. There are a few things I have picked up from the fight. I don't want to, at this level, it's not about who right or who wrong. Until an investigation is being conducted and an established fact, then we can base our argument. But there are a few things I pick up from the conversation so far. One of which is Fadiga want to work in a public space. That at the final analysis, the glory will be given to him. AB wants to work in a public space, that at the final analysis, the glory will be given to him. They both haven't seen the DA as taking the glory. They both want to have individual, accolade, right? Everyone praising them individually. It just as Barker if you're having the president and the vice president. The vice president now will work because the president feels that he worked he feels that if he worked at the end of the day, the president need will be at the forefront. Now the president is saying that no matter how we do it, I don't want to take the glory. That's how it has been presented at the LDA. So the both leaders now are not seeing the DA as that institution that will take the glory. They both are not seeing. Of recent, and people commending AB. They say, oh, AB Krumah doing great thing. They are not saying Hassan Fadiga doing great thing. So no one is saying, oh, the other deputies doing anything. At the final analysis, it's the DA and AB Kurma will take the glory. That could be one account. That could be one account of the dissatisfaction. Another account of the dissatisfaction could be on the issue of the drug traffickers. Listen, Wakai, these are one of the smartest people in the world. Every time when the government is designing strategies, they are designing their, they are designing theirs to counter the government. So their design will be as accurate as with the government. So if you have AB and Fadiga, the two of them are robust. The two of them are never ceasing. The two of them are working to ensure that drugs is found in this country. What a trafficker will do is that to have a distraction plan. The distraction plan is to look at to look at one or two, either to pick one as your point of contact or to have an ensuing disagreement between the two. So if you have an ensuing disagreement between the two, they will have administrative problems. And when there is administrative problems, it becomes internal rankling. And when there is internal rankling, there is no progress. And when there is no progress, you have the traffickers live in safe haven. That's another point I pick up from that conversation. Now, thirdly, is that the third aspect of it now is the issue about who should be the subordinate here. So Fadiga will be right in his mind that despite me being the deputy, but I have specific roles and functions. Now, AB will be right in his mind that despite you have specific roles and functions, this is more of a security institution. Because the last time I checked, a chief of staff in the army able to work to a brigadier general office and he's sitting on the ground and sit down, bro. That's why his office is a chair. Because that play is strictly security is different from our regular kind of thing that we do in different entities. It is the fund administrator. The fund administrator can walk in the deputy office and say, move from a chair, he move. Then he say, oh, administrative, public administration. But the DA and public administration play broker. The DA is strictly security. So when you have to deal with security, and security experts will tell you at the level of the security, that's why we have ranks. And when our ranks are there, trust me, you could even know a path. Why you think a director will have to take phone and call and know at the level now of the security? You think Gregor Commoner will take phone and call a deputy and say stand down, you stand down. That's a word they use. So when the man says stand down, I have witnessed that several times. You will stand down. That one is strictly that's it. So when these three accounts are picked up from the DA conversation, so it presents now about who's right, who's wrong. Now you listen to Fadiga's position that there are people in the DA that want to side with the traffickers. Yeah, and he presented himself now as the saint. Yeah, that he presented himself as the man that had the vision for the DA. Yeah. He's presenting himself as the man that never succumbing, like the man that's never agreeing to these things. Now, AB part of accounts is that AB is telling him that this is not a civil society ground. Yeah. That you can't use advocacy to make your way through. So AB is using strictly the security method about it. Fadiga is using the advocacy portion about it. So until the two can reconcile, the DA is destined to fail. So at this point now, AB and Fadiga disagreement is working for the traffickers. Yes, yes. Oh yes. Yeah. So the 5 hours is spent at the police headquarters yesterday. You know how many drugs enter the country by then? Because now you have a fashionable group. One group is saying for upper for Fadiga. Yeah. Another The both of them have influence. They might influence the investigation. You cannot have people on the job investigating them. If there is a need that the president says, this is even a disservice to the president. That the first time it happened, the president invited you all to his executive mansion office and set you down and said, listen, my government has a fixed agenda in terms of ensuring that justice is right in this country. So you know what? From today, don't want to hear any of the both of you stand down. The president made that very clear. And afterwards, President Walker said to the Liberian people that the issue at the LTA has been resolved. That I, as a president, I have intervened. And afterwards, you'll come by, you all disrespect the president in public. The both of you will kind of stay. The other person he read out and say he's wrong and do a lot of things. But listen, if I was the president where I am now, I'll take immediate action. And my immediate action is to have an acting DA boss and an acting DA deputy. And both of you will be suspended until we investigate to know who's right or where the issue is. Until that has been done, trust me, once you keep those guys on the job, there will be continued disagreement. Because now, to the point it has reached, Fadiga now is the saint. Ebi now is the dictator. That's how it presented. That's how the conversation is represented. Ebi is telling that, hey, listen, there's a security. They play with setting up a security era. And here you go, as a professional security expert, you say that reduced structure will break in this place. So when I say stand down, how even the gods that Fadiga will go into the other office to record. And this is a part of I don't get. The man is telling that he hired phones. He wanted for our own recording. Then we ask him now if the director is inviting you in his office, security wise. I mean, you go into a conversation with your boss and you get your formal recordings. Brother, how well does it sound to you? How well does it say, oh no, let's have this conversation? It's not about who right or wrong here, right? But this is a conversation. Fadiga is telling that in phones or they took a phone, but thankfully the iPhone 15 Pro Max was on recording. Yeah. Then we asked him, so going in the director office, and he said he went in the director office and put a phone recording. He went in the director office to have conversation with him, and then your phone recording. It shows insincerity. It shows that you never trust your boss. It shows that you are not confident working with the boss. Yeah. But the fact that you all have afterwards, most attempts together. Then when I'm writing or you are getting a phone recording. And our conversation is everything. It shows I'm not confident with you, brother. That's the conversation is set up. So I would say until the president steps on this thing, DA, you keep AB and Fadiga down, Mr. President. The judges are entering the country. The Liberian people will go tell George, we are thank you, sir. Because the one hour happened on George Wetter, the judge. It was the same thing, George Wetter. Why you think that Marco said you had to be quiet and allow Lorenzo Peno to operate? Yeah. It was the same thing the DA. Yeah. Because by then Lorenzo and that of Michael is operating, in the internal disagreement. I don't know. It's always so what happened. You found out Marco picking the quiet man. Marco's picking the man that was done talking. Yeah. And Lorenzo was the man up doing most of the operations. And that's how we operated. Because George will have to call the two of them and say, listen, this is it. One person can stand down. I don't know who's going to do it, but one person can stand down. And the president called the two of you to the executive mansion and said, one person can stand down. The two of you go back and disrespected the president's order. Yeah. If you are security man, you disrespected the order of the highest authority. The president said, this thing needs to end. He called you guys at the executive mansion, set you down like a father and son, and said, the opportunity I give you, and not me, you're qualified by everybody. They think that opportunity I give you because I feel that you can do it. So what I want you guys to do, listen, you'll stop it. AB, listen, Fadiga AB like a big brother. Then look at it from the angle. That's how the president told these guys are like his sons that day at the executive mansion. And afterwards, the both of them shook hands and things. But they still carry disagreement in their minds for one another. Because the DA, what kind of DA is a lucrative area. It's a place that if you are tempted, that DA you go there, you're not survive. It took, I'm saying, it needs people that have people that have fixed mind on certain to make a change. Brother, the traffic cops that are one of the richest people in this country. They all look at it, we'll get 20 million, we'll get 15 million. We need access, we need that. So at that level, when you have people that nature that know the traffickers are playing their games very well, they are using the two of them. So they don't go sit down with AB and tell AB say, you know what, we got some 15 million. Yeah, you gotta do what, I call it maximum. Then AB saying, no man, I can't settle for that. Then the man go to Fight Guy and say, Fight Guy, I mean, we got some 15 million boss over the man, you know, they're high. So maybe if I got your phone and call AB and say, oh, AB, I mean, what's up? Private camp. Or other way, maybe the man kind of Father guys not doing it. AB so in the AB they say I'll talk to my people. Father guy my people. Then Father guy call AB call Father guy in the office. Father guy before recording, every time I forgive you. You're recording you like you smile, you can't record me in my office. But no matter where the conversation, at this level, we don't want to be too fast to say who's too wrong. But what we're saying is that the responsibility now, the level it has brought the president agenda in terms of fighting drugs to public disrepute. It has brought the president vision in terms of making like a drugs-free country to public disagreement. That the public had a way to misinterpret the president's view. Because if the president had a fixed agenda in terms of the fight against drugs, and this thing is happening, the first time he called the both of you and advised you and literally pleaded with you guys. Said, listen, you guys have to forget this thing. No disagreement with DEA. You're allowed it to be. You'll go back and do my job. I had a fixed mind. Before becoming president, I watched Liberians die on the street because they took drugs. Before becoming president, I was at Central Street. I was at Penal Berry. I was at the different areas. And I witnessed how long Liberians are alive continuing to languish in the streets and in the and on the dump side of water. So that's what I have to fix division. And I know you, AB, I know you, Fadiga, I know the two of you can work together to achieve this agenda. The president that day at executive marshal, that's how the president begged those guys and said, y'all go back, let's settle it. Today, and now we're in the It's just been pretty close to a month since the president settled it in Virginia. You're crying again, disrespecting his order, disrespecting what he has said, disrespecting his comment, disrespecting what the president told you. Waka, if I was President Waka at this moment, the two of them would be suspended immediately because they show that they don't even get respect for public. I mean, those are serving public office. Deputy was supposed to be fighting in office. Then you tell me the honor of the people in Adana, they you know, lower ranking officers and things. They want them to respect you. When you are a director general, when you are a deputy, both of you going lower head. So at this level, Baka, before you come in, it is with President Baka now. Because at this moment, if you decide or if you dismiss further, it becomes a base. People will say, oh, you know, stuff. If you dismiss AB, they'll say, oh, Fadiga, I will boss, and the president started boss. So until investigation is being conducted, the president will set up an immediate investigative thing. Why the investigation is ongoing? Because it is possible AB can influence the investigation. It is possible Fadiga can influence the investigation. You have the both of them suspended. Then you have an acting DEA boss. Until that report comes out and say where the problem is in the DEA, that boss be trying to take over the job. Because the fact that you call them initially, you talk to them, they're not listening to you, you take an action.
Because this is about, like I keep saying here, it's about Liberia. We are not here to come and teach people their job. Fadiga feels like he come to America and he can do better than AB. He know more about this drugs here than AB. He know more about security than AB. And AB too is a trained security personnel. He don't want to be disrespected by somebody he know that he was the one that recommended the president to work with him. So now it's between Fadiga and Abraham Kumar. One person is saying, Fadiga is saying that AB is in cahoots with the drug dealers. That's what he's saying. And AB is saying that Fadiga is trying to disrespect him as an entity. So there are two different things here. Somebody is pushing the agenda of being a part of a drug dealing. Somebody is saying that Somebody is trying to disrespect me at office. So, fellow Liberians, this is where we are. The both guys actually to be taken by the president. Let the president call them again for the second time and tell them this is about Liberia and it's about achieving the agenda of the president. I told the Liberian people that I was going to fight the issue about drugs in our country. So we have reached this stage, and you guys are letting me down gradually. You guys are bringing me to public disrespect. So now, if you think that you can do the job adequately, it's good that you relinquish your position as head and deputy, so I can bring in somebody that will understand, that the both person will understand themselves.
I think the president have had that conversation with them. The first time it happened, the president called them Brekfast. It was a conversation the president had. So I'm saying repeating this, it shows that it is deliberate. It shows that it is deliberate. And someone will say, oh, AB recommended Fadiga. So because AB recommended Fadiga, Fadiga, so the president should dismiss Fadiga. That's how government works. No. That's how government works. Your recommendation could be good. So if you recommend now the president appoint, it is with the president to dismiss. You can go to the president and say, oh, if AB authority to tell the president, oh, dismiss Fadiga, very happy for me. You make AB become like a supreme god at a DEA. And that's never going to happen. So don't say because AB recommended Fadiga means AB should go and tell the president to dismiss Fadiga. Does that make sense to you? It doesn't make sense at all. So let's just leave that. Now the two of them have a responsibility as per the appointment of the president. And if that responsibility is not going in place, I think what needed to be done in public service, there is an investigation need to be carried out. Why if it is not Fadiga the problem? Let's have this conversation. Why if it is not Fadiga the problem, but rather it's AB? Then you go, you dismiss Fadiga, you bring another deputy, the same problem persists. Why if it is not AB the problem of Fadiga, then you dismiss AB? Then Fadiga stays that you bring another head to take over the institution. Then Fadiga continue to perform the same attitude. So the only thing that needs to be done is to have the two suspended and the investigation is being conducted. While the investigation is ongoing, we have an acting. So the acting person, the person will be the acting while the investigation is ongoing. And it is with that investigation now we'll make a determination.
So folks, that's it. We thought otherwise in bringing this conversation because it's on the lip of every Liberian, and Liberians want to have their say on this. We have laid a basis for you. You listen to the both parties. We are calling on the president to take some action now. The sooner the better.
Of course.
The sooner the better. And President Brekfast, even though you are out of the country, but you have your deputies. You have people here representing you in your position for now. They should be the one taking the actions up until you can come. If the both parties can work together, suspend two of them. Take them from there. Let them go. You find different places for them. You find place for them. Let them go there. Go be doing their other job there. Because this, I don't know what happened to the particular DA. During the weird administration, similar thing occurred.
Oh yes, weird
administration, similar thing occurred. It's not only about Joseph Brekfast. Weird administration, similar thing occurred. Now again, in the Brekfast administration is occurring. So I don't know what's really this problem about.
And at that time, Michael Zay had to stand down. Michael was a DA boss. For a lot of the functions, if you read us at the DA, when it's time for that drugs burning, the different programs the DA will have. When Michael is there, Lawrence, so there are times, even before Michael make a statement, at times, Michael would tell Lawrence to go and speak on his behalf. That's how they carry the DA, because there was a problem initially, but Michael felt the need to play a quiet role and just focus on administration and allowed, Lawrence to do the operation. And that's how the two of them worked that way out until the George Weah regime. Now it's Joseph Brekfast time again. We're seeing this. So it tells you that that place is, like I said, Brekfast is a tempting area. It takes people with courage to run that area. especially now what is happening that the international community has taken interest in this matter. So what is happening? Whatsoever, and the DA cannot survive on government support. The DA survive a lot as well on the support they receive from international partners, the donors. You want to talk about the U.S. government. So the U.S. government as well has been a strong partner. But man, imagine the security sector is not a place of politics. The security sector is not a place, where people carry advocates or whatever the case is. The security sector is a place, at the time, even with the army, there came a time there was serious disagreement within the army. But that situation was managed. Because no one was running to the media. Yeah. No one was exposing it. No one was doing anything. Because in the security sector, you know what you do when you have that disagreement, when you expose that you give the guys, you give the criminals, you give the traffickers, you give the dealers a whole lot of time to explode.
Yeah.
A whole lot of time to explode.
And they are celebrating.
Of course.
So the traffickers are celebrating.
It is at their satisfaction. That's what we said. So the president has a greater responsibility to act now on this matter. The fact that you call those guys initially, you had conversation with them, you told them your plans, and you told them that this is what I want you to do. At the time, they listened, and just within a month time again, they have gone back to status quo. They have gone back to total disarray. I think it is time you took action, Mr. President.
Okay, it is time you take action, Mr. President. So, folks, that's it. We will open the phone lines on 0778 665 699 0778 665 699 or 0880 561 644 0880 561 644. The both lines are ringing simultaneously. Let's take this person from this angle here quickly. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bwaka, and good morning to your brother, the boy in studio.
Yeah, your name is joining us from 1 minute per caller. 1 minute.
All right, my name is Josiah Smoke from me from the Common Peace Island, Common 540.
Welcome, Josiah.
You know, Bwaka, there's one issue, this issue very concerning. In fact, the entire country is shaking about this news. No, it breaks us down. No, it in our hearts because we that brought the rescue mission of power. These are one of the reasons why the Liberians stood out and voted for Ambassador Bwaka due to his experience. He has said it. Look at the destruction of the generation through the drug issues. And then that problem with AB Coma, it happened last time. And let's Senator Suno, they call AB Coma, Bauko, and that Fatika, they signed on the top with them. He said, I believe they're not incorrectly. And they say continues. Do you know that Bauko and that after Fatika, they wrote the U.S. embassy concerning that why they were withdrawing their support for VA? You know that?
Wow.
You see where we are going?
Yeah.
So if every command of the Fatika or whosoever will be willing to help us, they should not harm us. Let the president that we voted for have no regret of voting for. Let it see of the matter and the both part of which suspended. They launch an investigation. Let it draw logical conclusions. If the two can make it, let it lay their roles.
Okay.
Now people come and say this the error. It's not easy error. Attacking Mobongana, no, they cannot think God is doing it. Please, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. Let's take somebody else on this line. 0778 665 699. 0778 665 699. Let's take somebody from this line here quickly. Good morning, sir. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah, good morning. I'm Mr. Carlo. I'm calling for the academy.
Okay, welcome, sir. You are live with us.
Yeah. Something is happening in our organization. So kind of secret thing going on. That was suspect. Because according to the mayor, he say a board member could not withdraw data.
Yeah.
Okay, now they need to investigate in our organizations. And something will come up. Then they will know who could not with the people. Then we take the decision. You see, because when the Indians say so long they carry power, they be men, they can do all kind of things. I don't know if something but they can do all kind of things. So let them investigate in our organizations.
Okay.
Something happening.
Okay. Thank you so much.
The mayor everything. So the mayor who in the leadership, because he feel that he in the leadership, so he can do anything.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We take some more calls. 0778 665 699. Let's take another person here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. This morning, this is Maya calling you from Oro.
Welcome, Ime.
Yeah, Chief, I appreciate you for your program. And the only thing I would need for me, I would get to tell the president because we not get only rain for rain to be off for free. September 17th, I remember the rain because we not get it for the Pope, but our president to power to put people to previous land to be bringing this. So waiting for the president to get in action, we'll put men together, we'll protest, we'll black a convoy. We have to take action against the Kuma and the other garden are doing all type of things in the government, are spoiling the government. Thank you for your show this morning.
Thank you so much for joining us and making your contribution on 0778 665 699. Let's take this other person here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from.
My name is Hussein Dinan. I join you from Park Up in Bell.
Welcome, my brother.
Yeah, I followed the conversation. I as well listen to the recording. But there's one thing you guys are not emphasizing on. That you have to hit the truth, right? I listened to the recording when Fabiga was speaking on the radio. He said that, plain truth, when you want to say something, don't say the right. Then he's saying that sometimes the people in the administration, whether it's Eddie Kuma or whoever, some people in the DA trying to side with a drug trafficker, maybe to have an illegal agreement. He should accept the country. So he is not agreeing with them. So I think he's raising a vital point that people should be listening to. Why should that be happening? People who intend to fight drugs are siding with the drugs trafficker. Why?
Yeah, but that's his account. AB may come and say he's lying. So out of this thing is just they say and I say, because Fadiga will come and say AB is trying to work with drugs dealers, and AB is saying no, Fadiga is trying to disrespect his office. So it's different accounts that are coming out.
He cannot possibly be lying on such a thing. It's a great thing that somebody will say, but my boss.
That's what we say.
I don't want to implicate AB, right? He's not saying AB. He said people within the DA are starting with drug traffickers. So maybe they have to question him to point out those who are doing it, but it's very bad if people doing it.
Okay.
You need to fight drugs and at the same time starting with people. It's wrong.
All right. Thanks so much. That's why we are calling for an investigation in the process. Let's take another person here quickly. This morning. Good morning.
Guys, good morning, man.
Yes, sir. Your name is Jones from.
Thank you. I hope we get used to the name sooner. This is Pascal Davis from District 6.
Okay, Pascal, sorry.
Yeah. So thank you for being tolerant and taking opposite view. So respect the institution for that. Look, I know many will not like my comment, but we must admit that it is a sad time in our country history, especially the way things are proceeding. Look at the issue of the drugs. The officials at the Law Enforcement Agency, we're supposed to be fighting drugs. Even on Sunday, we're supposed to be fighting drugs. But how are we going to fight drugs when people who are supposed to be leading the fight against drugs are staying in this fight? Mind you, this government, if they got any vote from the public based on sentiment, there was the issue of drugs. They said the past government didn't fight drugs. Drugs were everywhere. Liberians were dying. Our youth and young brothers and sisters were falling prey to drugs. And many persons thought that, yes, drug was not being fought on a drug we are. And so they have to bring in Mr. Brekfast government, His Excellency, to ensure that drugs, if it's not for 100%, it's minimized. To see people being at the LDA and feeling entitled and want to do so much and think that, yes, it is entitlement only and want to personalize it, then it keeps all of us worried. Is it not worrisome that the Deputy Director for Operations, the Deputy Director for Administration, and the Director General are fighting?
But this similar thing occur under the WIA's administration. So it's not. Coming now. It's not just something that begin under the Brekfast administration. It's something that have been in the process.
Okay. So yeah, So yeah, let me not pretend that it's not true, but let me accept that it's true, right?
Okay.
And so when these things happen, we say it was no more than an institution. But mind you, the rescuers told us no. They said no, you can't be at a DA and you're supposed to be focused in ensuring that justice is fought, and the people there are fighting. And so on the basis of that, the change were made. The change were decided in 2023. So why are we repeating all of the errors? They agree that it happened on a Georgia. So it means it can also happen on a Mr. Blanca. Is that what we're saying? Is that acknowledge it when we joined today? We said no, because we had the A yesterday. We should not embrace it today. And they think they are the problem solver. We think they have the experience, the way forward, the way to ensuring that justice in the country. How can they fight it? How can they happen hulubalu? How can everywhere is not in the country? How can not AB who's supposed to be professional? How can Fatiga who keep in America who's supposed to be also professional? How can Mr. Cook, the mayor for councilor? How can everybody fighting now? Because it happened in Georgia government. So yeah, they agree that people still in Georgia government. So it means you also still in Mr. Blanca government.
No, but I don't want to make it appear that it is the first government that is occurring. That's my point. I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a change. I'm not saying that there shouldn't. They came on a matter of change, which of course I know, and they should be serving as change maker. But we have to know that that's particular. We keep emphasizing on this. We keep saying that particular entity is been a problematic place from day one.
No. Even if it has been, these are people who, quote unquote, are a group of professionals, right? So they agree that, yeah, there were errors made. They agree that this is happening in the past. So we cannot keep repeating the past. See the volume of the situation today.
Okay.
I mean, to what extent do we see that on a Georgia? So the people are in fair fight. The police officers are there. People are letting that somebody wanted to fire a gun. Imagine the volume of the situation. We need to stop it.
Okay,
we
Pastor.
Need to focus and change the content. But thank you for the privilege you gave me. I really appreciate you, and thank you for also keeping the show alive.
Thank you so much, Pastor, for calling in and being a part of the conversation this morning. We hope you'll be calling here. We take 3 more calls, then we go home on to this edition of the show. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, how you doing?
We're doing pretty well. Your name, where you joining us from?
My name is Bestman Mala, and I do join you for Catholic Boulevard.
Welcome, Bestman.
Firstly, I'd like to say thank you for the show this morning, Waka. And I want to say this to you. For the analysis, when I kept listening to the video, that's why you people were saying, I believe that's what's going on within the DA. However, Falika behave unprofessional. Your boss cannot call you into his office, and while discussing, you try to put your phone on recording. That means you have some things in mind that you want to honor the man. It can happen in our entity or agency, but that one, when it comes to security matter, you have to be very careful. There were sometimes people try to destroy evidence. Who knows, according to what you were saying, what analysis you put you up. And maybe there was some money, let's say 15 million. They begin refuse it, then you say, oh, I'll come and begin. Let's discuss it on a cover. Every entity, my brother, they got little show that people can benefit small things from. So now it may not be the legal way, but however, there are some things you have to get. So not good. People should not be waiting. Look at Center Street, look in all the community. They trust this thing. Our personal voted for Joseph Yuma for President Joseph Waka because we felt that your issue are going to be resolved. We are not smoking. So we the young people these days. We look at our fellow men. Our skin creep. If you enter some community, you see some guys that are smoking or you go on a drunk time, my brother. And you see, you get afraid. And that was one of the reasons that even the ARCOP, the Matigo people, the political party, they endorsed the United Party government because we all were trying that the party will quit jobs.
Okay.
And so that's the issue. If they can put themselves together, the president cannot do anything, then I think it will be a serious problem in the country.
Okay, 2 more calls, then we go home. 2 person. Yeah.
Calls are most.
Yeah, 2 more, then we go home. 077-866-5699. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from.
Thank you. This is about the William Corbett, and I joined this conversation from this listening.
Welcome, Kwehu.
Thank you. I listened to you guys analysis regarding the George Post issue. issue between Colonel Abraham Nkrumah and that of the but only one person's name already been surfacing, and that is Hassan Fadiga. But in my opinion, I think that this issue between Abraham Nkrumah and that of Hassan Fadiga is going beyond control. That you guys said, the president called them, when the president had to make understanding, the president called them to make an intervention between them. But that did not materialize. And again, we have come up to see a lot of people accusing Abraham Nkrumah when it comes to the issue of drugs, like compromising with drug dealers. Like even I was listening to another station, they read a letter written by the state solicitor Donaldson, reporting to the justice minister, reporting from Abraham Nkrumah and that of George, one of those judges, that they are always in clips of listening those drug addicts that have been always indicted and forwarded to the court. And the man gave in a lecture, the man alerted every judge leader that were arrested and were released under the instruction of Abraham Nkrumah and that of the judge. And I think that is very bad. For me, it is bad that these people will not honor this government that we suffer for, and we want to see this government working, and you will have people who will come to honor the progress of this government. And for me, I'm not saying that whatsoever allegations are coming out of every command to say, oh, he could not be a judge, either it is true or it is not true. Because in Abuja, we have a parable, or common parable that is that when you put the wet chicken too much, it's not into the right oil. So since David may feel that he has been praised too much and he's what, he's a workable or officials in workaholic. So maybe at times he may take advantage of that, and anything he want to do, on a sleep or on a cover, that he see that if the information come out, the public will not believe it. They will say, oh no, we will not believe it that AB can work.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. Let's take our last caller here. Thomas Sankara is on the line. Thomas, good morning, welcome. Okay, Samuel.
Yeah.
I go say Thomas Sankara.
Yeah. Let me say good morning to the both of you this morning, and let me appreciate you for your analysis. And, these are sad terms in our country's history, especially issues that have to do with the fundamental well-being of our generation of today. And then when we start to speak on this kind of a national issues, and really, we want to sentimentalize and politicize the process. And the moment you come to this kind of a disco with that level of emotion and partisanship, it undermines your critique, it undermines your level of understanding. And at the end of the day, people feel that you just be political with everything. And like you said, and I will join you, Baga, that the president must be able to master the political way, the current effect as of yesterday, that this information reached the president. We thought that at this moment, it would have been on Marshall website that these two individuals have been suspended for time indefinite pending investigation. Because the issue about drugs in our country, the president of the Republic of Liberia announced the drugs as a national emergency to our country's development. So at the end of the day, you cannot have the deputies, the two deputies going along here with the director. You and myself are not in there, so we cannot conclude and say, oh no, Fadiga is wrong, or either this person is right, or this is it. This is not only unique to end up, to the government, or like you already told the other guy, that people think that it is only the Baka regime that they don't have happy. Or not that we are government, something happy, or not the early government, it also happy. But we are saying that the president must be able to muster the courage that the Liberian people must get to understand that what is the fundamental, because there must be something that is bringing out the look. They said like Jovelli telling somebody, anywhere there is money, there will always be noise. So at the end of the day, there should be something that they are hiding from one another, and we must get to know that Liberian people must get it. If they cannot be able to perform to the expectation of the president must be able to take that decision to ensure that they must be suspended. If they needs to be dismissed, and you have other competent Liberians to be able to, because you got over 5 million people, you have been given the privilege to serve the country with diligence and dignity. So It is not place that you need to go and be doing what we call showmanship, or you want to be there to something. So I think the president must take action. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Samuel, for being our last caller this morning. Harris, we have to go, even though the calls are still coming in, but we have to go. We are already out of time. Yeah. Sorry.
So, like we said, it is with the president now to act. It is guaranteed to the president. If President Walker enjoys this and still want the guys to be fighting, maybe with one person more ahead from there before he takes action, well, that's fine. Part of the reasons why people complained when there were situations when former President George Weah at the time had his labor minister, Charles Gibson, had a finance minister, and there were complaints, Liberians complaints on those two individuals. Yet then the President George Weah kept them there. And at the final analysis, we saw the results of the elections. And so these are similar happenings at the DA now. And so we look forward to the president. I think it is important that he steps in this thing at this time, takes some action to ensure that the situation at the DA is being resolved. Until then, we're still watching to see the outcome of those happenings.
Okay, so folks, that's the voice of Harris Berry McCulloch, and we've been here this morning bringing you today's edition of the Punvh Brekfast Show. Join us on tomorrow morning. That's when we're back here for another fascinating